Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Roping, you know the strips go, you know the strips go, you know the strips go, you know the strips go. All right.
I got my own things, I'm a trampos. Me no need nothing from you. And if you hear something different, somebody must give you the wrong news. The Benz off the parkside of the Land Cruise. Good body girl, welcome, thank you. You know see my lifestyle impromptu. I get my thing them brand new. Man keeping it real, I'm not just run my mouth. Well, militant can't take me for no Boy Scout. I'ma try true life, I'ma keep on the money route. Knowledge what them a talk about. Yo, me have to rich forever and ever and ever. Tell them I pray for rich forever and ever and ever. Search for better, rich forever and ever and ever. Go for the cheddar, rich forever and ever and ever, ever and ever. Enough man born poor and them die poor. Man sure what them I live them life for. Me can't see myself forever in a corner store. Me see myself at tour relaxing on Bahamas shore. Paying for every clothes that my mama wore. Right now me guaranteed to be a guarantor. Full time and start think like entrepreneur. Move up to the top and level the score. Man keeping it real, I'm not just run my mouth. Well, militant can't take me for no Boy Scout. I'ma try true life, I'ma keep on the money route. Knowledge what them I talk about. Yo, man, I feel rich forever and ever and ever. Tell them I pray for rich forever and ever and ever. Search for better, rich forever and ever and ever. Go for the cheddar, rich forever and ever and ever, ever and ever.
check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. You know what, God? Wow, man. Roping, people, roping.
My God! My God!
I got my own things, I'm a trampos. Me no need nothing from you. And if you hear something different, somebody must give you the wrong news. The Benz off the parkside of the Land Cruise. Good body girl, welcome, thank you. You know see my lifestyle impromptu. I get my thing them brand new.
Roping.
Man keeping it real, I'm not just run my mouth. Well, militant can't take me for no Boy Scout.
No, hey.
I'ma try true life, I'ma keep on the money route. Knowledge what them a talk about. Yo, me have to rich forever and ever. Tell them I prefer rich forever and ever. Search for better, rich forever and ever. Go for the cheddar, rich forever and ever. Enough man born poor and them die poor. I'm sure what them I live them life for. Me can't see myself forever in a corner store. Me see myself at tour relaxing on Bahamas shore. Paying for every clothes that my mama wore. Right now me guaranteed to be a guarantor. Full time and start think like entrepreneur. Move up to the top and level the score.
Let's do it. Hey.
Man keeping it real, I'm not just run my mouth.
To the topic.
Well, militant can't take me for no Boy Scout. I'ma try true life, I'ma keep on the money route. Knowledge what them a talk about. Yo, man, I feel rich forever and ever.
My God!
Tell them I pray
My
for
God!
rich forever and ever. Search for better, rich forever and ever. Go for the cheddar, rich forever and ever.
Yeah.
Ever and ever.
I'm gonna get it someday.
Welcome, people. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Thank you for everybody that's already here. You don't know the early birds them. We have to big them up, you know what I mean? Because I like to try to be an early bird myself. I can't make it on time every single time, you know. Obviously, I'm not perfect. But, you know what I mean? Salute to the people that might reach in early, you know what I mean? God go with you know what I mean? Every time, you know what I mean? And for the people that we are roping later, we're still loving her just the same, you know what I mean? What we do, everybody, it's a Sunday evening, you know, everybody has to do what they gotta do. A lot of people are cooking right now, a lot of people are taking care of the family, you know, people are traveling, people are moving around, people have lives, you know what I mean? So whenever I structure this thing here, I understand that, you know, so you know, sometimes you have to make the show go and make it flow, and then people come in and see them look apart and come out, and then probably catch the rerun and things like that. That's how it's been for the past 6 or 7 weeks, and it's been going good. You know, the numbers are going up, people. The numbers are absolutely going up. You know, I've been checking my statistics on a daily basis, and I see people, more and more people commenting, more and more people liking. You know, thank you guys for watching the videos. You know, the hours streamed are really going up. You know, the average person streams this video for at least 1 hour, which is, to me, that's tremendous. You're talking about a 3-hour live. You know, most people don't have that much time or attention span to sit down or stand up, whatever it is, and focus on one piece of content for an hour. You know what I mean? So for that to be the average amount of time people are streaming, that's an honor in my opinion. That's a win. You know what I mean? And you know what? Personally, I really enjoy long form content. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of podcasts or listen to a lot of podcasts and different, various shows or content on the internet that they're long form. You're talking about from an hour to even 4 hours, 5 hours. And what I do is a lot of the times, if I can't catch it live and I can't sit through the live, I'll watch the rerun. And if I can't watch the whole thing on the rerun, then I'll watch what time allows me to watch. And then I'll probably come back to it, because once you have a YouTube account, you guys, and you start to stream something, as long as you're signed into that YouTube account, you can always go back to that video, or go back to recently watched, or watch if you saved it to watch later, or whatever it is. And once you click on the video, it won't start from the scratch, from the it won't start from scratch. Basically, it will actually start from where you left off. So amazing feature that YouTube has installed, for that, I think helps the viewers in that they don't have to like scroll through and try to find where they left off, but it also helps us, like myself, the content creator, to keep the viewer still interested in the video, because it's easier and more convenient for them. So you don't know. And I mean, once again, thanks to everybody who's up on the live right now. Welcome. So yeah, without further ado, let's talk about the topic somewhat. All right. So, well, before that, last week's topic was actually quite interesting, to say the least. It was about cooking, chefing and eating.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Last week's topic was, I want to say, man, listen, I've been getting a lot of feedback about last week's live, and it's just all laughter. I'm honored to know that I could be a part of something that brings joy to people's lives, or brings joy to people's day to day. It was a lot of laughs. The callers were amazing. Big up to Marsha Goodas, big up to Carlos, big up to Nika, big up to Lee, big up to Ali. And I hope I'm not missing anybody, but there's a bunch of people that called in, and there's a bunch of people that commented into the live chat that were just like, just hilarious, and just like total vibes people, may I tell you, and I'm so thankful for you guys. Give yourself a round of applause. All right. So last week's topic was that some topics are gonna be like that. It's gonna be a lot of jokes and stuff, but then some topics are probably gonna be there's gonna be laughter, but it's probably not gonna be to the same level. It's more like something more interesting, like an introspective conversation. I think particularly this week's topic is more on the introspective side, where I don't want to say it's serious. It's definitely not a serious topic, but it's a little less jokey topic, and particularly I not myself alone, but my team as well. We think about things like that, about as far as how we're choosing topics, and we don't really want to be boxed into comedy. That's yes, we love to bring laugh to people, and we will continue to bring life to people in every single life, but we want to be able to give you content that's not just focused around comedy. We want to talk about stuff that might be serious, or stuff that might be just general conversation that's introspective, or something that you could learn, something that can help you in your personal development, whether it be financially, whether it be with your relationship with the people around you, and things of that nature. So yeah, I definitely would like everyone to be able to take something from each topic, whether it be just a laugh, or whether it be just something to think about that could help them develop themselves. You know what I mean? So, all right, the topic today, let's get into it, right? The topic today is about money, luxuries, and happiness. So this is an exploration. We're exploring the complex relationship between money, luxuries, and happiness. Guys, this notion that a lot of people say, you know what, right now, if I have the right amount of money, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? And then there's some people that are like, listen, man, money does not make people happy. Come on, guys. There's a lot of wealthy people right now that are, basically hanging themselves and committing suicide. Obviously, if they're doing things like that, they can't be happy, even though they have all the money in the world. But some people beg to differ. You know, a lot of people think, you know what, if I just have, a lot of people are like, you know, if I just have this amount of money, my life will be okay, regardless of all the things that I'm going through, and I'll be happy. You know, so we're gonna explore that. You know, as far as like what is happiness, and what do you define as happiness, and that whole concept, and what makes you happy. Is it money? Or is it the people around you? You know, is it the relationships that you have? You know, we're gonna get down into it. You know, all right. So before we get to that point, let's definitely. Oh wait, this happens every single live. I gotta fix this. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So before we get into, you know, the summary of the live, let's talk about our sponsors really quick, right? You know, because they pay the bills. Okay. Katrina Correa, real estate professional with Remax Direct. Her mobile number is 561-520-5722. You can reach her at Katrina at thejphomegroup.com, or you can also contact her, her on the website, katrinacorrea.remax.com. Guys, she's a very, very experienced real estate professional in the South Florida area. If you are in Florida or the South Florida area, particularly, and you're looking for a house to buy, or you're looking for a house to rent, or you're looking for raw land or anything under the umbrella of real estate, contact Katrina Correa Real Estate, the real estate professional. She is very knowledgeable about the market and about real estate, and a lot of the changes that's going on. She'll definitely be able to get you into a house or a home, or get you that piece of land, whether it be for personal or commercial, whatever it is. Definitely contact her. 561-420-4722. That's Katrina Correa. Okay, guys. Our next sponsor is Millennials Trucking LLC.com. Millennials Trucking, for local and long distance shipping throughout the state of Georgia. Go to Millennials Trucking LLC.com. Guys, if you're in the Georgia area and you're looking for someone with a truck to haul anything at all, whether it be for business or personal, or whether you're just moving furniture or something like that, definitely contact Millennials Trucking LLC.com. They will get you right. Very, very professional people. Very, very professional way how they handle things with that business. All right. Again, Millennials Trucking LLC.com for the people in the state of Georgia. Our next sponsor is White Eagle Electric Inc., South Florida Services, commercial, residential, and industrial lighting, home automation, high voltage, low voltage, data fire alarm, video distribution, surveillance system, POE, phone systems, and more. You can contact Norman at 561-693-7227, or Lloyd at 561-541-1185. Guys, this is an electric company. Just to clarify, if you need any services electrical wise, and you're in the South Florida area particularly, or even the Florida area, contact them. If you need to hang a chandelier, or if you need to hang a fan, or hang a light, or put up fixtures or anything like that, definitely contact White Eagle Electric Inc. Again, you can contact Norman for White Eagle at 561-693-7227, or Lloyd at 561-541-1185. All right, guys. And our next sponsor is the Lloydersville Citizens Association. I've been promoting this event for about 4 or 5 weeks now, and guys, I wish I had the videos queued up right now to where I could show you what was going on and stuff like that. Actually, I have videos, but just because of the content ID issue with YouTube, unfortunately I cannot play those videos because there's music in the background. But this event was a success. A lot of people turned out. I heard the artists performed very, very well. And they had good music. It was a nice family event. It was a success. Big up to everyone that performed. I saw performances by part of a performance by Access, and there's a couple other performers as well. I understand Nado, Lyrical Nado also performed, shell down the crowd. So big up to everybody, big up to the Louisville Citizens Association. Thanks for the sponsor. And yeah, as soon as you guys have the next event, let me know, and we'll get it in there in the dashboard, all right? Um, and then our next sponsor is Island Buzz Restaurant for great tasting Jamaican food in Delray. That's Delray Beach, Florida, guys. So this is a food truck restaurant that's located at 1701 West Atlantic Ave. Guys, if anyone is familiar with South Florida or Palm Beach County, Atlantic Ave is a very popular street in Delray Beach, South Florida, where there's like many restaurants, many nightclubs, many bars. It's a nice, very beautiful hip strip, full, just full of life and energy. This particular restaurant is on the west side of that hip strip, right west of the 95, the I-95. So it's literally walking distance to the rest of the rest of the things that's going on in the hip strip, but it's just on the other side of the 95. Very tasty food. Myself, I've bought from them a lot of times. They have a nice lunch special for $9 where you could get your choice of brown stew chicken, jerk chicken, or curry chicken with a side of rice and peas and a canned soda. As you can see, you can run back the video and look at particularly the rest of the menu. But very tasty food there. So go check them out. Island Buzz Restaurant for great tasting Jamaican food in Delray Beach, 1701 West Atlantic Ave. If you're trying to order food ahead of time, you can call 561-634-5980 and they'll take care of you. Make sure your food is ready by the time you get there. All right, so moving on, guys. So yeah, let's move into the topic, right? Let's talk about it. Okay. Oh, before we do, let's big up everybody in the chat, right? Show some acknowledgement, right? Oh, Chin, big up yourself. Fire emojis all day, my guy, all day. Factify World Forum, big up. First Millennial Entertainment, big up. A chat with Darren, hey, big up yourself. Hey, Darren, hey, we gotta talk off the record because we need to get you on the live, man. We need to get you on the live. Guys, Darren is he's doing a lot of big things, man. He's one of those guys that I look up to and I love everything that he does. He has a book. I would like for him to come and talk about it, and he also ministers as well, which, we have to big up them type of Monday. You see me, I say, the man them we are, believe in a God, because you don't know what God fear and see, and we don't it. Yeah, man, we believe in the high power. So Darren, when you're ready, bro, let's do it, man. Let's set something up, get you on the live, and let's cross promote, man. Let's do it. Ali, big up yourself, big up. All right, cool. So all right, let's get into it, guys. All right, so the age-old question of whether money and luxuries lead to happiness has been a subject of contemplation for centuries. As societies become increasingly consumer-oriented, the pursuit of wealth and material possessions often takes center stage, right? So, age-old question, whether money and luxury lead to happiness is really a question because, sometimes, even myself, sometimes I get that feeling like, money will make me feel happy, but then sometimes reality kick in and say, what, this thing is more than money, but you can't deny the importance of money, because maybe 500-600 years ago it would be a different approach towards this, but in modern times now, you can't even live. There's everything you have to pay for, even the air that you breathe, you know what I mean? So at this point, it's just like, is this the end of time that they were talking about in the Bible and all that? I don't know, but you basically can't live without money unless you run away in the woods, though. Go off grid or something, though. However, the link between material abundance and genuine happiness is far more intricate than it appears at first glance. In this article, we will delve into the various dimensions of the complex relationship, examining both the positive and negative effects that money and luxuries can have on human well-being. And guys, you can see this image here. It says money can't buy happiness, but it can buy fabulous shoes, and that's kind of the same thing, right? Is it? Just a little tidbit there, right? Um, the pursuit of wealth and happiness. While it's true that having access to resources and financial security can contribute to a certain level of happiness, the relationship between money and happiness is not linear, right? And guys, for guys who don't know the meaning of linear, it means, like diagonal, right? So studies have shown that there is a threshold beyond which increased income has diminishing returns in terms of happiness. Beyond a certain point, additional money doesn't necessarily lead to a corresponding increase in life satisfaction. This phenomenon is often referred to as the Easterlin Paradox. And guys, if you're looking at the chart or the image right there where you see it looks like a line graph. So as you can see on the y-axis, which is the one that's this way, it says happiness. And then if you look on the x-axis, the one that's this way, that says wealth. So as you can see, as wealth is increased, right, you can see let me use my mouse. As you can see, as wealth is increased, right, you can see how happiness is increasing as wealth increases, right? If you're looking at the mouse pointer, right? But as soon as wealth gets to a certain level, as you can see, happiness kind of stays the same. You just aren't getting any happier, you know. So basically, this Easterlin paradox image or chart is just showing the relationship between money and happiness. You know, the more money you get, once you get to a certain point, you're not gonna get any happier. You know, and a lot of people probably don't know that because they probably haven't got to that point yet, and a lot of people probably will never get to that point. You know what I mean? Because things are so expensive with inflation. Even when you get to a certain point, inflation knock you right down back, and you gotta keep working. No, everybody who can relate, talk to me now. All right, adaptation and the hedonic treadmill. One reason for the diminishing returns of money on happiness is the human tendency to adapt to changes in circumstances. This phenomenon, known as the hedonic treadmill, suggests that people quickly adapt to improvements in their standard of living, leading to a constant chase for more wealth and luxuries. As a result, the initial boost in happiness from acquiring these items is temporary and fades over time. So, guys, as you can see, again, there's another chart right here. The x-axis shows time, right? And the y-axis shows money spent, right? And if you can see right here, right? As time goes on, right? You spend a certain money and you buy a new car. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry. The x-axis, the y-axis also shows happiness, right? So you spend a certain amount of money, right? And you buy a new car. Happiness book, right? You're saying, guys, you're happy, you're glad back bus. It's always nice to have a new car, right? Especially with the new features and all that, the little new buttons. And now in 2022, all the cars are like digital and all these things, and it's real nice, right? But as you look right now, as time goes, just like any other asset, cars, they wear and they tear. You see, as time goes, the car breaks down right here, right? As the time in a later time, and look where happiness is right here. You're sad, you're vexed, you know what I mean? You're frustrated, you know what I mean? It is what it is, and then boom, so you come, you follow time, more time fly. Oh, you buy a new house. Oh my God, wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You buy a house, nice, it was nice, you know what I mean? And then as time goes by, maybe something happened right here, maybe God forbid, like, something bad. I'm not gonna say what it is. You'll probably lose a job, or something happen, or let's say you buy a house in a 2016, sorry, 2005, and then this is 2008 when the stock market crashed, and it was a big everybody was basically out of money. It was a recession, big recession, and everything like that. So this concept explains that the relationship between money and happiness, right? Moving on. Materialism and social comparison, right? The pursuit of money and luxuries can also foster a materialistic mindset where the accumulation of possessions becomes a primary source of identity and self-worth. The focus on external factors can lead to a cycle of constant comparison with others, often resulting in feelings of inadequacy and unhappiness. Research has shown that people who place a strong emphasis on materialism tend to experience lower levels of life satisfaction and well-being. So, guys, what this is saying is, people that base their happiness based on possessions and keeping up with the Jones, if you will, they're gonna have a tough time. You know what I mean, as far as how they can balance their happiness. Because look at this picture right here, right? As you can see, look at this picture right here. As you can see, they say Mr. Jenkins at number 30 has got the new Mark 7 more with the extra large grass box. And this guy's like, no. So basically, this guy is watching the neighbor to say, oh, he got a more expensive or more up-to-date lawnmower, right? And he's talking to this other neighbor right now. And this neighbor is like, no. You know what this neighbor is saying right now? I need to find a way to get this lawnmower that this neighbor has, because, you know what I mean, I got to keep up with the Jones. You know what I mean? So, you definitely, if you're thinking like that, you're probably going down to the wrong path as far as your happiness. It's just not good for your well-being, right? And then this picture right here says, does having what others have really make us happy? One person with an older car right now and this person with a new car, Interesting, right? Okay, alternative pathways to happiness, right? Contrary to the notion that money and luxuries are the main sources of happiness, research suggests that other factors play a significant role in well-being. Positive relationships, a sense of purpose, personal growth, and experiences have been found to have a more lasting impact on happiness. And guys, tell me who can relate to this. When you have a good friend, or you have like good supporting people, like whether family members, friends, or anything like that, where God forbid, if something trouble reach or something should happen, you have that support, or if you have somebody that can keep you company, things like that, and you guys can have common interests, talk about things, share things, have experiences together. These, based on what the article is saying, these are the things that are more contributing to happiness than even money. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things that money buy, it's kind of more personal and selfish in a sense. Even though you could buy things that could be non-selfish, but really and truly, from the beginning of time, all these knickknacks and these trinkets and all these luxuries, they weren't all around since the beginning of time. They came along the way. So are you saying that people were not happy back in the day along the way, and they're just not happy now when all these when the Rolls Royce come in and the BMW and all these things? And think about that, right? As you can see, those are people, they look like they're at work sharing a pizza and having a great laughs, right? All right. Experiential purchases such as travel or attending events often provide more enduring joy than material possessions. Guys, I don't know about you, but me I one youth, me love vacation. I love to go on a nice vacation. I don't know about anybody else. Yes, vacation costs money, and I'm not gonna lie about that, but not all of them are expensive or cost a lot of money, but when you really think about it, the vacation is not really a tangible thing, as if like you use money to buy a tangible thing. It's more of an experience. Or if you go to an event, like you go to a concert or something like that, go see your favorite artist, things of that nature, it might not be very expensive. It might be $20 or $50 or whatever it is, not anything great materially, but once you go there, with your friends or whatever, and you see the artist that you love, you enjoy it. You know what I mean? Those are the things that are big contribution to what someone's happiness is. You know what I mean? Not just money, right? All right. So the role of financial security, right? So we got to get back to the seriousness now. While excessive materialism can lead to unhappiness, it's important to acknowledge the role of financial security in reducing stress and anxiety. Um, I cannot say that enough. A financially secure person, yes, will definitely in most times have less stress and anxiety, because we can't lie. Money, you don't need money, but I usually say this: money solves half of the problem. All right, so money can provide a safety net in times of crisis and alleviate some of the burdens associated with economic instability. Access to basic needs and a comfortable living environment are essential for overall well-being. In evaluating whether money and luxuries make people happy, it's clear that the relationship is multifaceted. While having a certain level of financial security and access to resources is important for well being, the pursuit of endless wealth and material possessions can lead to diminishing returns and even negative outcomes, right? Striking a balance between material comfort and focusing on intrinsic sources of happiness, such as relationships and personal growth, seems to be the key. Ultimately, genuine and lasting happiness transcends the mere accumulation of money and luxuries. So, guys, you have to have a balance between your life and between money. It's very important. I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but this is just common knowledge. It's easy to get into the habit of just chasing the dollar and forgetting what life is about. So here are the topic questions, guys. Right? Does money make you happy? I want to know when the callers call in. I want to know, does money make you happy, caller? Tell me about it. Expand, whether it's a yes or no. Tell me why, right? Is happiness a choice? I need to know that. What's the concept of happiness and what is it all about? Is it a choice? Do you choose to be happy? Or tell me about it, right? Could you see yourself living off the land and sea, hunting and gathering with the barter system? Now we're going to go way back in time. You guys remember how the people used to live back thousands of years ago. Can you see yourself going to live in that manner, taking away electricity, taking away running water, taking away Uber, taking away DoorDash and all that stuff? Tell me about it, right? Do you think there is a specific amount of money that can fix anyone's problems? Do you think there's a price on everyone's problems, no matter what your problem is? Do you think that there's a price or there's a amount of money that can fix every single person's problem? Tell me about it, right? Do you think the people living off the land and sea generations ago were generally happier than modern day people? Right? Is that so? Do you think that people were happier back in the day? You think people are more angry now? I don't know. Tell me about it. Is technology a blessing more than it is a curse? Interesting. Because there's good and bad things about technology. For example, a gun is a technology, right? Right? There's the good thing about a firearm or a gun, whatever it is. You can use it to protect yourself. But at the same time, it's also, when it's in the wrong hands, it can be very dangerous. So it can be good and bad. Technology, and that's where that question comes from, right? Do people treat you differently based on what they think you are worth? Guys, do you think that when you're in your nice car or you're in a nice clothes, people treat you differently than if you were in maybe like an old pot or if you never really dress really nice or something like that? Do people treat you different? So these are the things that we want to know, and these are some of the things we're gonna get into with the callers. We do have a caller lined up. Chin, ready up yourself for the first call. But first, let me big up everybody on the live. Big up Award Chin, Factify World Forum. Big up A Chat with Darren. Big up big up Ali Brown. Yeah, man. Big up Anika. Big up First Millennial Entertainment. Big up everybody on the chat, man. Big up. All right, people. So here's what. Let me play some music real quick, right? While I line up the call, all right? So just hold tight, people, right? Okay, cool. So in the meantime, while I line up the the call, I'm gonna play a track by JRO that I produced, right? Produced by Cadu Williams Music Group. Was released yesterday, and you can find it on his YouTube channel as well as all DSPs and streaming services. The song is called New Money, and this one is a banger, people. So go on, enjoy while I set up the call. All right.
Some new money, new money. New money, new money. Still I count all money alone, I draw for no new money yet. So me get the money longer, something like is a new cigarette. Make your money do the talking, dollars fear grow like farming. Ramp with the foods, man, they want him. Fly out, me dog, them can him. Yeah, me go for the money, brawling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. Me dog, Satan, them call him. So me jump on a plane, go foreign. Them know me no play with people, blood a paint your vehicle.
My God!
And a brown to keep you.
My God!
Markets, me pull up in a jeep. Them try to see jeep in a roll off keep. Me pull up and jump up. Something chuck in your face, left gun smoke.
My God!
Them live up and road.
My God!
Me no run joke, and me don't laugh. Me make him money do the talking. Dollars fear grow like farming. You ramp with the foods, man, they want him. Fly out, me dog, them can him. Me go for the money, brawling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. Me dog, Satan, them calling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. When me goons, them roll out to the pole out, them no show love. They clip them pack up like arena when them swallow out. Hear me? Say me and never cool up when me run up with it. Them full up. No money, man account. Enough all blue face in a man account. Me no need no safe, need a money fountain. Hey, chop a money, me a talk about that amount. Money do the talking. Dollars fear grow like farming. Ramp with the foods, man, they want him. Fly out, me dog, then can him. Yeah, me go for the money, brawling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. Me dog, Satan, them calling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. If you ramp with the cheddar, me no know.
Ready up, chin, ready up.
Me no know, so me dark, will you know, no. Me a give you a couple kind of more. You gone for the money, look more. Me a go fit title. Nah, me no time, me no know, yo. You no know, so me dark, you know, no. Me a give you a couple kind of more. You gone for the money, look more. Me a go fit title. Go for the money, brawling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. Me dog Satan, them calling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. Yeah, me go for the money, brawling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. Foreign. Me dog that brawling. Brawling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. Me go for the money, brawling. Jump on a plane, go foreign. Take and spend, go for the money, brawling. Falco, I go for money, brawling. Me go for the money, brawling.
Rope in, chin, rope in.
Brawling, brawling. Jump on a plane, go foreign.
Alright, people. Alright, people. Oh my gosh. Guys, look who we have on the chat right now. We got a pirate on the chat right now. We have a pirate on the chat right now. Hold on. Let me fix the audio, man. Hold on. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, hold on, people. Chin, say something.
Yeah, I'll be there at the place, but Captain Morgan, you know.
Captain Morgan. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure so I check my audio. Always is our audio. Let's just make sure the audio good before we get into it, right? Yeah.
Well. Alright, that's the word, my G. Up and live.
Yeah. Out here without fear. Okay, we're gonna get some feedback right quick. We're gonna get some feedback.
My God!
Yo.
My God!
Okay, how is Chin's audio? Say something, Chin.
Yeah, man. We're out in the ocean, you know.
Out in the ocean?
Yeah. Yeah, we can't stay still. It's all about the motion. You know what I mean?
Okay, so them said the audio good. Everybody said the audio good. But we read some chat. Hold on, before we read some chat. Welcome to the live, Chin. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live.
Yeah, man, bless up.
Guys, we have a pirate in the live right now, ready for talk. You know what I mean? Would I like to know how the life is as a pirate? You know, big up everybody in the chat. Anika said, old pirate, yes, they rabbi. You know what I mean? big up Norman Smith, you know what I mean? Big up everybody, you know what I mean? So Chin, what go on,
Yeah.
yo?
Oh, everything good in the man. Look, let me just talk to Anita there first. Cause the pirate, they never talk about it, you know, wear eye patch and big hat. Pirate, then wear jacket and tie. You know what I mean? So, so maybe just quick, you know, separate myself from them pirate there.
So tell me
Yeah, man.
something. Tell me something, Chin.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to read the script?
Yeah, man, we've been a look through your presentation, man, and you make some good points where actually parallel to my thinking, you know. Money, we talk about money and happiness, and while the two can have an influence, is not the be all and end all. Yeah. And you have some pretty decent data, man. You know, like never really think about a research per se. Um, that would put strength to my way of thinking when it comes to this particular topic.
Right.
Yeah, but if we go in and it and try to answer it, well, my thinking is that it does influence it, you know, but it's all have to do with perspective and context,
Right.
right? Because if you talk about some of the things we first talk about problems that we face, see, a lot of people's problems have to do with um, monetary possession, right? So especially people in the first world, or what people consider to be first world countries. Um, all that thing, the first world countries, it's a strange thing for having because they have first and third world. We don't have no second world
That's
country.
my question.
But
What's a second world country?
we don't know. We don't know. But yeah, the probably that's our next topic you need for look into. But yeah, so while we here we set up this we live in this
Well,
structure.
hold on. Maybe the
See?
person that come up with that, they never with the number two business. You know what I mean? So that's why they skip that.
Yeah, they go yeah, they go second where and a man like pop and go, why?
Why?
Boy.
Yeah,
No, no,
dog.
no, no, the kid
Yeah,
there
but
never die.
and a real one, we exist in this structure that heavily demand that we need money to properly enjoy the fruits of this society, you know. So that's where a lot of people's pain and problem come from, right? Because the society dictate in order for you to get these things that we tell you make you happy, right? And repetition and media is a big influence in it. So we keep on seeing these things on TV and on the internet, and now we have social media every day. People are flick through hundreds of short videos every day, and you see the same kind of message.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it all have to do with status, right? Money itself mean nothing, right? But when you have money, it say you have a certain status about you, see? And when you attain that status, it make you feel good inside.
Right.
So it does make you happy. But like you point out accurately, it plateau after a while, See?
Right.
Because us as human beings, we get used to things.
Right.
See? Yeah. And remember particular because obviously you know, say me I'm a Man United fan. And we did have this footballer named Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
And me remember one interview with Paul Pogba when he talk about or somebody asked him um about the lifestyle we live because him carry her upon this helicopter ride to go Paris from Manchester to Paris because um, France not that far from England, or maybe a little bit far from Manchester to France, but yeah, France not that far from England.
Mm-hmm.
So you could actually do a helicopter ride and reach in about maybe less than an hour or so. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, the point is she asked him if all of these things ever just feel normal, and his answer was yes.
Right.
Yeah. So after a while, you're doing it for so long, it become yes, and you no longer care that excitement when you do it.
Right.
So I think that really go hand in hand when you say your happiness that your wealth provide plateau and it just level off. You can't get any happier.
Right.
In that time, right? You become normal. You know, you live in this particular structure where okay you can afford certain things, but it no mean anything to you no more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, excite you no more. So you will reach that stage. You know what I mean? But then what we everybody, every human being, what them want is affection. And that at the bottom line, right? If you don't have relationships, right? If you
Mm.
don't have relationships, you are gonna struggle. Yeah.
Right.
And it go back to this particular saying, if you have the world and nobody to share it with, what is it worth?
Well said. Well said. All right. So, me ask you a question. But before me ask you that question, guys, remember to like up the live, please. Please drop a like. Know what I mean? Continue commenting. And definitely share it to somebody that you think might be interested in it. You know what I mean? The numbers are going up, and you know we're trying to get this thing going, get this ball rolling faster and faster, right? All right. So, Shin, me ask you a question, bro. Right?
Mhm.
Would you say, all right, it sounds like you're kind of up in the year, but you never were very clear. You know, you're just kind of like teetering both sides and stuff like I did with the summary. Um, does, in your opinion, does money make you happy?
No,
Mm.
is it final answer?
Yeah.
Because you can be. All right, put it this way: if money make you happy, everybody poor would have been miserable,
Mm.
right? And everybody happy, everybody rich would have been happy. You see what I
Mm.
say? So happiness no come from nothing outside, but happiness only come from your own mental stability. See?
So would you say that happiness is a choice or not? Would you it's not, is it a choice or is it not a choice?
Yeah. So here's me give you a scenario. Me we there work sometimes and sometimes work stressing and me force myself to be happy, right? So me have certain routines and certain habits that put me in a good mood. So
Mm.
even when me miserable, right? Because me have really strict deadlines and you know the corporate world already very
Right.
high demands, right? Me have certain habits like me have certain routines. Me will maybe have something to eat or a little snack at 12 o'clock. Me listen
Boy.
some music
Something to
and
eat.
No, no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
speed it never
Man
that.
can't live by bread alone, you have to eat.
The Lord said,
You must
Yeah,
eat
but
and
me have
decide start.
breakfast at 9 o'clock and
Yeah.
12 o'clock me have like my coffee and um something like a snack, like something small, like a biscuit or a cookie or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cookie.
But
Yeah.
them things that make me happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, me things that go on with it every G.
Alright, go on. Yeah. Yeah, we can't take it serious in the costume, there, bro. Alright, go ahead, talk.
Yeah, yeah, so to answer your question, if you can choose to be happy,
Alright.
yes, you can make a conscious effort, right, to put yourself in a happier mood. Totally depending on outside factors. Outside factors does influence your happiness, but at the end of the day, the final decision come from you. What you're gonna do about your situation to be happier. How you're gonna respond to negativity to be happier. Right? So it's all about the response. This means I say everybody have problem. The problem just look different. You see
Yeah.
me? We give our next context, right? Me and you know a situation where we have certain responsibilities where we have to meet financially. See? And we always say, yo, I wish I could have certain funds for you to do X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Right. If you rewind the clock a little bit further and you think maybe 15, 10 years ago, you did say, yo, I wish I could have do what me I do now.
That's
You
true.
probably you probably wish say you could have do what you do now. Now that you're here, right, you still look ahead,
Yeah.
right, for what you would like to do.
Yeah.
So even within myself and my own journey, right, we have we get money, we have money to in a context. We don't have stupid money, but we do have money. We can do stuff where 10, 15 years ago we then I say, yo, mother love to do that, and we've been doing it.
Right,
Isn't it?
right, right, right.
Yeah. And the human nature too, is that we always want more. Yeah, we always want more because when this thing become normal, it becomes a norm. If you have
Yeah.
all of this money, we want something else with to make way to give us that excitement and you know that's why people always say they need a purpose. You know, because that purpose drive them and it give them mental stability. Them focused on something, right? And once them hit that success, that success drive that endorphins. You know what I mean? And that's just all we after.
Alright, so could you see yourself living off the land and sea, hunting and gathering with the barter system?
Yeah, they make this pirate thing confuse me here. Me, me, alright, there's a part of me where like nature and you know, me like that lifestyle, but me like the flexibility. Me I like to know that me can do it if me want to do it. You know what I mean? But you know the kind of feel when me work in anyways where it kind of it give you some opportunity for travel. See,
Yeah.
meet new people, go new places, all of that kind of thing. So me like that aspect of it, and I probably one of the biggest reasons me do it.
Right.
You know. So while me enjoy that, the being in nature and all of that, uh, me wouldn't want to just that be my only option.
Right.
Yeah,
So, alright. So basically, the caveman living out, that the old school living like how them live back in Africa or back in the day hunting and living under what do you call it what's the thing that they call it the shed, but that they build with
like
what do they call it,
like patch houses.
like patch houses and stuff like that. That's out of it. So you ain't trying to go back to that basically, right?
No, uh, but don't get me wrong, like there's a part of that living that really enticing, or appealing.
What part?
Everything about it.
Like
But
what?
like me say, alright, for one, we're very insecure about food,
Mm,
see? And part of that reason is when you trust these corporations that them actually giving us healthy stuff,
good point.
right? So and also if me can plant, me used to do this as a youth. We plant one food and we eat it when it does ready for harvest,
Right.
you know. And there's a certain satisfaction that come with it. See, the same thing. We used to raise chicken. We used to raise pigs with my uncle, and you have a certain satisfaction when you say, "Yo, your hard work this year eat," and you're not necessarily insecure about your school.
Oh, no, 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 the kid is the bad
I don't even
dog.
know what I say this time.
Go on that one.
Yeah, so you have a satisfaction with that you feel knowing that you actually work for the food where you put on your table. Not that you work any less if you're in a different field of work, or if you provide for your family or yourself in a different way. But knowing that you grow this,
It's more
you know,
direct.
yes, right? You're sure where your food come from, all of that. Also, we have times where we don't necessarily want the 100-mile-an-hour living, that you'd get in a more urban setting.
Fast life,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah. So even like sometimes we want to go away with the family and whatnot, we try and go away to some places where really rural, you know, like
Fair
some,
enough.
yeah. So that flexibility important to me,
Fair,
So while me appreciate the rural living, me also appreciate things about the urban life.
all right, fair enough. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Powerball, right? You know the Powerball that they have over here. I don't know what they have in the UK.
Or the
I don't know.
latter.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but in America we have the Powerball, and you know when I'm around people, what they call it, water cooler talk, all these things, right?
Mm.
Um, one of the things is people always they pull their money up and they want to buy the Powerball, you know what I mean, and they're like, if I win this Powerball, if I win even a quarter of the money on this Powerball, that'll be enough money to fix everything in my life, all my problems. So with that premise, right? um, do you think there's a specific amount of money that can fix anyone's problem? Do you think there's a price tag on everyone's problem?
First of all, the moment you get that money, right, you immediately start create other problems. So it might fix your current problem them or some of them, but you're gonna have different problems. You understand? You're gonna have different problems where you need to fix. So right, okay. Them say money don't change you. It change the people them around you, right? So that change will come very quick,
Yeah.
then, and you're going to experience challenges with that concern. You have to go start think differently about people. People are gonna start think differently about you. People are gonna start look and expect differently from you.
Yeah.
You understand? And that in itself can become a challenge.
So everybody are gonna want that thing now. Everybody are gonna want. Everybody, all for them problems become your problems now. Once them find out.
Yes, yeah. And that can snowball into all kind of different things. See? So that are one thing. Then you suddenly become a target,
Mm.
right? Yeah. That is also a reality. See? So you you start the things where you probably wouldn't normally do, right? You go places where you probably wouldn't normally go, and that is also exposure to a whole different experience. You see me I say? So you start engage with people where you probably wouldn't engage with if you never have certain amount of wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they might go introduce you to things where may or may not sit within your moral compound. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it might solve money might solve your current problem then, but it will also create problems where you never expect.
Interesting, interesting. All right, fear. Let me read a couple chats here, guys. Remember to like the video, like the live, guys. Remember to like if you haven't already. Please like it, and share it to somebody that you know would be interested in these conversation. A lot of wisdom here from Chin. First Millennial Entertainment. I agree with Chin that happiness is a choice. So someone agree with you that happiness is a choice, Chin. Norman Smith said, Chin, a wisdom man. Happiest people make themselves laugh. I think it was something that you referred to earlier that he's referring to. All right, so big up everybody that's commenting. Big up everybody that's on the chat. You know what I mean? All right, Chin, I have another question, right?
Yeah, man, fire off.
Do you think, Bono, do you think the people living off the land and sea generations ago were generally happier than modern day people?
First of all, we may never know. We can debate it as much as we want, but the truth is we might never know. They might have just as much problem as we have right now,
You
right?
think so?
It's a possibility,
All right.
and we have to acknowledge our possibilities, though.
All right. Yes. But let's try to look at it based on our knowledge of the past and you know the history that was written down and left with us, even though some might have BS, right? The people back in the day, the only thing that they had to worry about, right, was sickness or illness, right? That are one predators, right, that may attack them or attack their family, right? And natural disasters, whether it's a flood, lightning, whatever it is, right? Windstorm. And then finally, they have to worry about where they're gonna get their food and water for the next day. So these are just four things that those people had to worry about each day on a daily basis. So each day is just another day. They didn't have jobs or anything like that. There was nothing that they commit themselves to. Every day was an adventure for them and their families. Now we in the modern world, we have so much things that we have to worry about, that we have to have a schedule and we have to have a calendar with everything that we need to do on this day and what time we have to do it and stuff like that. So there's a lot more things to
Uh,
worry about. Which
in a
Go
way
ahead.
you your list where you create there's a for people back then. Okay, what out of that list that we just say okay, what different from that list do we have to worry about today that you think they might not have to worry about in a those times? Let me say, we
Work.
all have problems. Them did have to work. The work just look different.
No, but they didn't have a set schedule. It's not like, okay, if I don't work, I won't have money, and then I won't be able to pay my mortgage, I won't be able to pay my light bill or water bill. It wasn't that amount of pressure. It was more like if I don't go out and get something to eat, hunt an animal or go to the sea and jab a fish or something like that, why? Then I wouldn't,
Oh, no,
Alright,
no, no,
but up.
chicken
bono,
in the
bono,
body
bono,
Yeah.
bono.
bad.
Right? So it's different, you know what I mean? Because it's more direct. Because the funny thing is, when it them days, right, when you go to a hunt, you might go to, in the first 5 minutes, you know, you know what I mean. I stick a deer or something like that, you know what I mean, and then that's meal for probably the whole week, you know.
Well, let make a rephrase that sticking at the deer and yeah. So that a one scenario, right?
Yeah,
You also have other scenarios where you might go out and for weeks you can't find nothing for hunt. But we see this thing, we see this happen even with just wild animals, see, where them are natural predators and them can't find sufficient prey.
yeah,
See? So without context, right? Like for me, may like to accept a certain level of ignorance. And that in a this scenario is we don't know the full facts of what living in at that time was like, what the pressures and what the problem that come with in at that time, what they actually look like. So while we acknowledge that our problems would be different,
yeah.
we don't actually know what the form of those problems look like. So, right. So we are talking about we have to pay bills, we have to pay a mortgage. It's the same way. A man we have him family at home and him have three kids and him wife and him go out in the field, insect nyam off him crap them. See? Or some animal raid him farm or you know what I mean? So fee mortgage is in family and for feed them and him come home empty handed. See?
Yeah.
So that I just a spin the problem. The problem just look different, but necessarily greater or what I say, it's just different. And and the thing is to like we can have the same problem, but your ability to deal with it might be different than my ability to deal with it.
Right.
See? So you might say, yo, this hard, that me can't do this. And we might say, yo, it's not so bad.
Okay.
So
Fear.
it's all about the response to the problem, how you choose to respond to a particular situation where I go determine if you're happy or how long you're going miserable for.
All right. Fair enough. Is technology a blessing more than it is a curse?
So I'm going to do something really corny and quote Spider-Man Uncle.
I'm here for it.
uh, with, with great power come great responsibility. See? And nothing truer haven't been said in the whole rest of the Spider-Man film or series. Yeah, and the same thing with technology.
Yeah.
So we have a responsibility to maximize the positive potential will come with the technology. And unfortunately, well, maybe it's just my perspective, which it is anyways. But what may I say far more negative or negativity associated with how we apply technology to our daily life,
Right.
right? There is a whole heap of positives we can do, but yeah, and one of those things too, is that the the things them that more appealing to everybody are the things that were not very nurturing to us as people. You know what I mean? So them easier to catch on to. It's like eating healthy, you know, very appealing. But if
Yeah.
you go out and you knock off 3, 4 buckle of rum and you eat 4 burger every night or something like that, uh, that more enjoyable than if you sit down and eat salad and you go hit the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That more enjoyable to most people. So it's the same thing with technology. It's easy to sit down and you flip through your funny videos them on YouTube and you send your brethren them, you know, 4 dozen meme I would laugh and whatever, as opposed to if you send some positive messages, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or you watch some tutorial to develop some skills where you might never experience or you never have before, you know? Them things are not enough in my opinion. Or maybe it did it, but me not see it. From my observation, I wish part of me there look. I don't see those things happening enough. Where me fi say technology is more of um,
A
and it's
blessing.
not the tool, It's not the tool.
Yeah.
It's the operator of the tool,
True.
right?
True. True.
Yeah. So it's more to do with the mindset of the people. So make we change context a little bit. And we talk about one specific platform, TikTok, right? The TikTok that we see in the UK and in America is a different TikTok what them see in China and Japan and Korea,
Yeah.
right? It's the same platform, right? But kids over there learn,
Right.
right? While we over here can't decide who a man or a woman.
Mm.
You see me I say? So while it's the same tool is how you apply um, the tool to society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to answer your question, can I really go around the bush with it? it, it,
Why?
it, it if it's a blessing, I really don't. I think it is a blessing, right? Because it provides certain amount of opportunities that um, may never exist if the technology never did available.
Mm-hmm.
But but I think the intentions of a certain sector of people is a curse and not necessarily the tool itself.
Yeah, I actually brought up earlier about the gun. You know what I mean? Like a firearm. You know,
Mm.
it's a good tool to use to defend yourself, especially for somebody that may not be physically strong, or maybe somebody that doesn't have any weapon and somebody's attacking them with a machete or a stick or whatever it may be. You know, but at the same time, a firearm in the wrong hands is a dangerous thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't necessarily like the scenario or the analogy there because the firearm only make for the one thing,
True,
and that
true.
cause harm. But me get your point. Um, yeah. We just reinforce that it's not necessarily the thing itself. The thing itself don't have a mind or a conscience,
Yeah.
right? And it don't make decisions by itself, right? Is the people who operate this technology and them ill intentions.
Right.
Mm.
Fear. All right. So, last question, Chin, before we get on to the next caller. Next caller, go and line up yourself. Go and line up yourself. Next caller. Um, you probably answered this already. Do people treat you differently based on what they think you're worth?
100%. 100%. So, the corporate world, wait, you would know this. When your boss ring you up, yeah, how you answer the phone I go different than if me ring you up. Yeah. Cause if me ring you up, you're gonna say, yo, what go on, G. If your boss ring you up, You're gonna say, yo, hello, good afternoon, sir, or madam, or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So right away, what you establish is that status. Then a certain status bring about a certain approach and a certain response.
Mm-hmm.
Then you every day we pass normal people in the street, right? You pass on celebrity, the chances are somebody are gonna say, yo, me can get a photo, or me can get the autograph, or me can get a, just you try and approach them, right? It's all about that status. Whatever that status is, or what create that status, it it, it might determine what the approach is, right? So, but people are gonna always treat you different. You go in a one store, right? Say you go in a one particular high-end store, right? If you look like you're broke, people there on commission,
Yeah.
then nobody now waste no time. I try and help you. If you look like you only did if you shopping at the reduce or the sale section, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Right. But if you go in there and you present yourself as somebody where particularly wealthy,
Yeah.
right? Immediately people are, oh, hello, can I help you? You know what I mean? I may experience this. Obviously me I go in there as the man will look like him, the sales section. So there's no mistake in that. Or you go in there, you have this store in London, Zin, named Harrods, and Harrods are probably one of the most prestige mall or a shopping center you can find in London. And the minute you enter it, right? And this was my experience in about 2014 or 15, the first time going in. People look at you, even when you take up the stuff them and you look and you see some purse for like 4 or 5 thousand pound, then you take them up and you look at it. Them know you're not going to buy it. They know me not going to buy it. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So nobody even come and say, oh, do you like this, or what are you looking for, that kind of thing. Nobody not interested to help you. But when the Arabs them come in, right, immediately you notice a different approach. People greet them, you know. People ask them what them interested in. People ask them how was the day,
Right.
and if them on holiday, them have a conversation with them. Not one person talk to me. And me not really wrong them still because me might just waste them time. But to answer your question, people do treat you differently based on your money and
Right.
and status.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Chin, you don't know, As
Yeah,
usual,
say a
it was
word,
a
legit.
pleasure speaking with you. You dropped some real knowledge here, some real wisdom. You know what I mean? A lot of clips and stuff like that we can take, and you know what I mean? People can walk away from this conversation taking some, with something, sometimes it's good to have healthy conversation like this. Every time is not always a joke, even though we know use a jokes that's still differently from that. But sometimes we have to talk about some serious thing too, you know what I mean? But you know, as always, my brother, you don't know, give thanks. We know it's probably late right now. It's probably like what, 11 o'clock or 11:30 almost. So
Nearly
give
eleven
thanks.
thirty.
Yeah, so give thanks you stay up this late, for be a part of the life, bro.
Yeah, man, say a word, man.
All
Bless
right.
up yourself, man, and go and keep up your good work.
And I hope you not go sleep in the costume there, please.
You can't sleep or see, man. Yeah, beach, really.
All right, see you there. All right, people, that was chill.
All right, bless up, bless up.
Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, we can reset the live. We can reset the live. We can reset the live. All right, so all right, we have another caller lined up. In the meantime, guys, just I'm gonna go and play a song real quick until the next caller come on. So this one is called Bordeaux by Nada, Lyrical Nada. Bad piece of artist, you know what I mean? This was also produced by Cadu Williams Music Group. So in the meantime, go and check it out, guys.
Sicker than the push by far. Yo, Kadu. Remember one of the time. I'm so not gonna reach. Just remember say about us before we reach concrete. Enough nights barefoot on street. We no get no sleep. Hey. Still have to do it. No from a young success no come cheap. Every youth want money whole heap. Want make life sweet. Get the cash fast. Athlete. Shame the pussy them make action speak. Roll out fresh outfit well clean. With kicks we match man feet well neat. 24/7 7 days of the week. Up a hunt for the cheese. Enough nights we no eat. Witness enough youths get.
Guys, the phone lines are open. 561-594-1015. The phone lines are open, guys. We take random callers. Come on now.
I set a grades ablaze, sitting talking our ways. Remember hungry days, right through the years, suffering we face. Work over time.
Yeah, man, call in, people, call in.
Cry off it tough just to hold the tears. Are some different type of lifestyle we live in. Pussy them again feelings, so we no in a dealings. And no, we no easy fi shake, we no chill him. Bad life sting 2008. Flows at a damn beast thing, do something pa the ground them dreaming. Fans find me appealing, me songs them streaming. Hey. Now make no loose move, just a keep it real king. Fuck them gal inna the morning, drop a rap back inna the evening. Slavery days, hours what a beating. My God! I wanna kill up themselves, that are the least thing. Richest man a pray like Stewart and leeching. Try hold me down, escape through the ceiling. The time is now and the sign is revealing. Aye. No a rum and boom, we a blast magnum a shoot up the place. Any sip and table, cranberry fish, yes. I set a grades a place, sitting tucking a ways. Remember hungry days, right through the years, suffering we face. Work overtime, still no get no raise. At times feel for cry off it off just to hold the tears. A some different type of lifestyle we living. Pussy them a carry feelings, so we no in a dealings. And no we no easy fish shake, we no
Yo,
chill.
who that, Carlos?
Yeah, it's Carlos. What's up, bro?
Alright, people, make some noise to Carlos! Yeah, hold on, wait. Carlos, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Alright, make some nice people for Carlos, make some nice. Alright, Wagwan G.
Yeah, man, it's been a good evening so far, bro. Yeah, we sit down here and take in the live, chill, make some valid points here. Some points I would consider them food for thought,
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in this time we're living in, a lot of people are going through so many things in their lives where, like, they're seeking happiness and then they're wondering what really makes them happy. So, for you to touch a topic like this, I think it will really be a very good therapy for some, because at least they will know what they need to do in order to attain their happiness in their life, especially the topic about money and luxury. So, not to go to stray away from the topic itself. I mean, I just want to give my 2 cents, like I always did, and hopefully the listeners and everyone out there can accept it. And even if you don't accept it, I mean, we can have a discussion after here with the opportunity to provide. So, yeah, I mean, this topic is, I would say, I like this topic. It's my kind of thing. You got Tristan. Like everything that has to do with, like, you talk about money, you talk about lifestyle, you talk about liberty, and in general, I'm generally interested in these kind of topics. So, all right. So, money and luxuries. Does this make you happy? I mean, this is very, very interesting, because the other day I was on my way from work, and I know I was listening to this podcast, and this guy, he was talking about the wealth that he has attained in his life, and he was saying that of all the things that he has achieved in his life, he realized that he is not happy, and he realized that there's much more to happiness than attainment, because at the end of the day, sometimes you can have all the things that you need in life, but then there is no contentment. And contentment is really when you're at a point in your life where you just feel like, I don't have to worry about what's really going on within me or within my immediate circle. I just need to just like know that everything that's going on right now in my life, I am at a point where I am just living, you
Right.
know. So that was his notion towards that. But I really think though happiness is something that is really that we have to find as an individual. We have to find happiness because happiness is always out there floating. It's always in existence. But then again, we have to think about what we really want in order to be happy. Because I think if the moment we decide to be grateful about some of the things that we have in our possession, then we can think you can start to get this feeling of happiness. So one of the things that I do every day, and this is not that I'm trying to put in on a show. I try to tell myself that I'm thankful every day. So it's just me expressing gratitude. So I think happiness really starts from you expressing gratitude. But don't get me wrong, sometimes you can express gratitude, but yet still there is still a part of you that said there is something missing. There's a missing component of my life, and that is doing something that I've never done in my life. So
Right.
I think that like a lot of times when we seek external happiness is that you're looking for something in your life that you need satisfaction from. And would that be like you need to go on a vacation? Would that be you need to link up with some of your friends and have a drink? Like some of the days, like Tristan, like some of the days when we were back in like university and we used to link up and like have a good time with a drink and everybody do what they have to do. That in itself provides some form of contentment, and happiness. So that's what I think sometimes is lacking in our life. Irregardless of all the things that you can have in this life. You could have the big house, you could have all the cars, you could have all the money, you could have everything. But if there is no contentment, if there is that feeling of that you're pursuing some form of joy in your life, I'm telling you this, like, there is not going to be that feeling of happiness in your life. And that's why I think that at the end of the day, you could have everything that you want in life, but the missing component is always going to be happiness because it's something that you got to seek. And they say you seek, you shall find it though. But then, there's this guy that call himself a Maslow. Yeah, you have this thing I call Maslow's
Maslow's
hierarchy of needs.
hierarchy. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Maslow's hierarchy. And he speaks about the lower level needs and the higher level needs. And the lower level needs, I think you refer to those as like the need for having a car, the need for having clothing, having all your basic needs. But then the higher level needs is referred to as self-actualization. So this self-actualization is like me or Tristan, me here, it's all right. Me becoming like a CEO of a company, me getting the chance to go somewhere where I always wanted to go, so that I reach that point in my life and like I say, this is where I always want to reach. But the sad thing, we could all get that self-actualization in our life, but at the end of the day, there is still not happiness. There is still not happiness because it just means that the achieving the title of a CEO, that's just like in a sense that's kind of materialistic in a sense because you're just achieving something that you seek from the outside. But is it like giving you that fulfillment of joy that you always seek? So I think there is much more to just like self-actualizing your goals, and aligning that to happiness. I just don't think that you having money is, and just because I was reading the whatever you put out, and the graph that you look at and you're showing if happiness is linear, having money having money and happiness is linear, which is that's kind of interesting though because
Right.
because I mean you can have money, right? And if you look at the graph there, you can have money, right? And basically what I'm saying, if you increase the money, then basically happiness will increase. Happiness will directly will increase proportionally,
Right.
So yeah, but we tend to see from time to time that that's not necessarily the case. It doesn't work like that,
Well,
and that's why.
the graph it shows where the money where the wealth is increasing or the money, right? there's an increase in happiness, but at a certain level, there's a diminishing return where there's it don't matter how rich you get, you're not gonna get any happier. But go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah, interesting though, because you see, I think in economics they talk about this thing. They talk about utilization. So basically mean that they say that the more economic value you get from a good or a service, it tends to reduce your satisfaction of the good or service. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that I think happiness is like the same way with anything that we have in life. So basically, you could have a crave for lobster, and you go to a restaurant every day and say you get the lobster every day. But you know that if you go to that restaurant for like 5 months every day consecutively, I think that you will start to feel like, you know what, I'm having too much of this lobster, so you no longer like it.
Right.
And I think that's probably the same way how we think our happiness might even diminish when it comes to like you eating the food, because a lot of people have happy food, people speak about happy food, and if you go to the same restaurant to get that happy food every day, after a period of time you're no longer going to consider that to be an happy food. So I think some things we have to do in moderation though, if you do some things in moderation, then you will tend to feel like at least you do things like on separate days or different times in the month or the year, then you know that at least you'll have different options. So you will always have different choices to make. So when another thing is that if you have different choices to make in your life, then sometimes that will, it tends to give your mind at ease, and as I said, more contentment, because at least you know that you can do more. You have more things that you can do versus you doing the one thing. Because if you just do one thing in your life every day, trust me, you get up, you go to work, or if you go to school, and go back home. Like, trust me, that's just some of the time that's like the closest thing to like they call it temporary insanity, Because I mean, there's much more to just doing those things, As what Connect would say, like, enough people dead, I know them not live,
Wow. Hold on. Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, Connect have a song where him say like enough people dead, I know them not live.
Mm.
So basically, you have no people out here, them, as I said, they get up and do the regular chores, run errands and all these things. But at the end of the day, they're not doing anything like outside of the scope of like living and taking care of your bills, taking care of the main expense. Like, apart from that, that's what they do. Think about like your parents, bro. If you should, alright, think about like our parents. I can talk about my parents because I don't think my parents having a lot of fun. Maybe other people in their life they can share a different experience with their parents. But my parents, I don't see them having any fun. The most that they do in their life is work, bro.
Yeah.
That's the most that they do. So that's why a lot of times I make comparison with my life and with their lives, and I like, man, like I need to do better in my life as well, because I mean I can do more to have more fun in my life. So I just think, man, like sometimes we have to just let go, let go. Because as I can say, in Jamaica, for example, like a lot of times some man them dip on them ends and them burn some weed or them smoke, them drink and chat and start a crap, then just run some joke and then after them way that and for them kind of joy, bro.
Yeah.
Me do them things sometimes. Is a man in this place and say, say, I go up on the internet and go take in some mix up business right, Because I love taking things enough time before I go my bed, more taking something and one time I send out a message and just girl, I send a message and say, yo, it's a one bag of every long, so, I don't think I want to hear, So mix up.
What I said up on Mr. Vegas live too.
Yeah, man, we're taking two, man. Every one of them, we're taking right down to all of them, man. Because we do, like, when we're taking two, we're taking the therapy, we're taking everybody. Even though therapy is a different thing. It's not like you might talk about. Sometimes it's just something, and you call someone some kind of names, call some people some simpleton. You call people name one thing, but it's not a therapy life, so we're not getting into that. But it's not like a joke, Some little thing where him say, it just kind of make you laugh. And as I say, Mr. Man, we love them things there, So, me find happiness on social media as well. So I'm not gonna lie, I find a lot of happiness, bro. Because I'm not like I say, Mr. Man, like where I'm at, it's not like I like generally go night and go to parties or like go, because I have a family,
Hold on. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you, but I can't let you talk about going on the internet to watch lives. I like the comedians and don't talk about L.A. Lewis. Yeah, you have to say something about LA.
Yeah,
LA Lewis is a national treasure, bro.
yeah. And that is happiness in itself, bro. That is happiness
Yeah,
because me go over there and say LA Lewis is something I love because just like recently, let me say LA Lewis, you go and pull up some stuff like that and like you want some money if you want some food. And the man must say no want no food, he want money. And the man I'm give the man the money. It's like, I don't know if it's a man of answer the money. The man say, if you give me money and you have on the camera, I don't want no money from you. You can't believe it. It's a man really with himself and told man I tell LA Lewis, you know, on camera. LA Lewis have to live. Mr. LA Lewis see another thing with him and say, Jesus Christ. It's a most attention seeker. I'm not going to say exactly what I say because I don't know, like, I don't want, like, to the thing to tarnish somebody, but he said
yeah.
something about him and lady fly, you know? I say, oh, the brother, is it a lie I tell, but someone that start out lady fly. I said, brother, he can't really, you know? But again, I know LA Lewis is an attention seeking brother, so I mean, like, he'll do anything within his power to get attention, but I mean, it's making me laugh. It's making me laugh. It's making others laugh. We will find it to be a therapist. So it works, you know.
LA
So,
Lewis is something else. Me see LA Lewis literally cut a picture of him, crop a picture of himself sitting in with his legs crossed and pasted the picture in front of the university UTech campus driveway entrance and say, "Oh,
yeah.
the days when I used to go to UTech." So something like that. I'm like, when? We never see a UTech. Oh, anyways, all right.
Yeah, but that's joy, bro. Like at least people laugh. So I mean,
Yeah.
bro, if you can laugh every night before you go to your bed, brother, we can guarantee that at least that whatever tension you have throughout the day, brother, whatever feeling you have, that laughter, it dissipates that form of sadness, bro. I tell you that, I can guarantee that. So I think, I mean, we laugh every day, at least do something fun, bro. I mean, I can put it at a better place in our life in terms of contentment, you know?
All right. So just to get back in line with the topic a little bit, right?
Yes.
Based on what you're saying, you haven't really. I mean, you haven't really concluded anything or anything like that. You just kind of like wading on both sides.
Yes.
Does money make you happy? What say you?
All right. So when it comes to money, and I'm just gonna pick it back to what I said earlier, just to the whole maximum utilization. So I think the more money you attain in life, it allow you to do some of the finer things in life. You can either buy more clothing, you can either buy more the best food that you want. You can buy fancier cars. You can buy the biggest house you want. You can go all the vacation. But the thing is that the more you attain, the more money you attain, it will it will increase your responsibilities. Because and when your responsibilities increase, that tends to give you that feeling of stress feeling sometimes because you are taking on more things in your life versus you used to do when you have less money, right? So now you tend to find out that if you used to go to bed earlier, you're going to bed later now because you are taking on more responsibility. So you no longer have that 8 o'clock schedule you can go to bed and like sit up in the evening and like watch like if you Netflix with your wife, you sit up and do that, or you have some time with your child or your children, you have to provide a time for them. That changed totally. So now you're feeling that you got that feeling that like you don't have that time available to you anymore to do the things that you used to do. So just not straight from your topic. So money now, you find out that if you get money and it gives you more, you have more responsibilities, you have more things that you take on in life, then it's fair to say that like it does not necessarily give you that feeling of happiness. What it does, it gives you the feeling of you have more responsibilities, and sometimes depends on who you are. If you're a person who is organized though, you might be able to balance happiness and responsibility, but to a larger extent though, responsibility will take over, and especially if you're a person who's doing business. I tell you this, it will not unless you're a person who go on a vacation every week with your money or every other month, then the tension will be reduced. But money in itself does not necessarily lead to happiness. Again, if you look at it a different way, if you're a person that has no money at all, you have never experienced having money in your life, and you start acquiring money, then you will start to feel like, yeah, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. Because you're able to do things that you have never done in the past. And so once you're able to do things that you have never done in the past, you tend to feel like, oh yes, I am at a better place. But I'm telling you, the more you maximize your access to cash, that will dissipate your happiness because you have more responsibilities. You become more stressed. There's just more things that you have to do in your life per se, and it takes away from the things that you used to. Probably takes away from your friend and the fun that you used to have with your friend, like they could sit down and talk. You do all of that. I mean, I'm not a wealthy person, so a person who is even more wealthy, they can see it. Because you see, when you have more money, it's just you're going to see more things than outside of the also want. It increase, like, your crave for external things, and you're going to keep pursuing those external things by any means. And you'll be up in the night searching for those things, like day in, day out. Like, I'm telling you this, it takes away from your living. And once you're not living like you used to do, I feel to say that there's missing happiness in your life. So I really don't think that money in itself leads to happiness. Just to answer your question.
Okay, fair. Is happiness a choice?
Happiness a choice. So yes, happiness is definitely a choice, and I'm going to elaborate on that. So if you are going through your life daily, right, and you're focusing on like the things that are important to you, like your job, taking care of your house, taking care of your family, and do all the things that are very important to your well-being. Then you are giving your focus on those things only. So if you decide to make a calculated decision by saying that, you know what, I want to make a choice of ensuring that every week or every day I ensure that I get myself some form of laughter, or I find myself at like a place to have a drink, or I find myself doing something with my wife, or I find myself doing something with my child or with my friends. These things give you laughter, it's like you try to pursue joy. So that I get to answer your question, like if you have to ensure that if you seek to pursue happiness daily, in order to reduce that tension that you're craving, trust me, then you will get the happiness that you're looking for. Because as I said, happiness is a choice, and once you seek for it and pursue it, like you will get it. Because if you want to laugh, you will see laughter. If you want to go on a vacation, you'll ensure that you go on vacation every week. That is you like seeking happiness. Happiness is something that we can get in our life. You know what's one of the biggest detractors to happiness? It's just like we in our life a lot of times we are looking at the things that we do not have. When you look at what you do not have, that tend to let you feel a little grief in yourself sometimes, because you say, you probably should have a bigger house, and you should have a bigger house, or you should have 2 cars. Just like you're trying to keep up with the Jones in the neighborhood.
Right.
Like, the neighbor have that and me don't have that, The neighbor grass is greener than my grass. And literally, bro, like this is something we can look at and say, John, me say the neighbor grass is greener than my grass. My grass is crazy.
Literally.
Literally, bro. Literally. But to me, like, to me, like, because some of my love foolishness, brother, so that was like a laugh to me, because I have to, like, don't know, the grass get green anyway. And then you get green. So I tell you, like, think you're going to get the grass.
Alright, hold on, bro. Hold on. I want to read a couple chats, man. I want to read a couple chats. So, Howard Chin said, first man to fly on his driver's license. Oh, he was talking about L.A. Lewis. L.A. Lewis said, fly on driver's license. Anika said, happiness is a state of mind. Interesting. Howard Chin says, money provides certain access you might not have previously. Happiness you will find when your experiences satisfy something inside of you. And then Dervis Watson says, well, I just feel like if you know the true purpose of living in existence, you can be well, like me can happy if I have a reason. Interesting. Howard Chin says, underrated point. You're going to need struggle. I think he's trying to say you're going to need to struggle in some form to be happy. That's interesting. I wonder if he's referring to, you know how like they say after the storm there's a calm. Usually, if like usually your endorphins are higher if you had to go through some type of struggle to gain that level or to gain that success or happiness. Would you say the same, Carlos?
They have the same one as like the master that the art of the battler and the sweet of the victor, right? So something like that. It might be wrong, because that's a good part of them. Anyway, yeah, I mean, like if you're a person that like go through certain struggles in your life where you always have this crave to say, I have a certain goals in my life that I want to achieve, like you want to achieve like a house,
Yeah.
your dream house. Or you're like you want to get yourself like a degree, you want to go back to school, achieve something, and you see yourself going through that the process of what it takes to get to your goal. When you see yourself actually achieving that goal, I'm telling you, it's just like that is self-actualization, That is self-actualization.
Right.
Just like yeah, and I said before, like that will make you happy. But then, as I said, I think it's relative to the individual because what
Right.
is happiness? What means happiness to me might mean happiness to a different person. Because like right now, I can be here and I say right now, I want this car, and I get the car that I always want. But even after I get that car, I no longer feel the same way or I used to feel prior to getting that car. Because I just feel like, hey, this is the past. Now I'm looking at bigger things. Which I mean, that can be bad for me because at the end of the day, I'm looking more on the outside. I'm just like I'm keep chasing. And sometimes, I mean, I'm probably this can be like for myself as well. I think sometimes if you just stop for a minute and stop being this like I just chase a mentality, then sometimes I will get more contentment. Because with contentment, that's a recipe for happiness. So I agree with you on that point. The order of the battle is sweet of the victory.
Out of the buckle, the sweet of the victory. That a Jimmy Cliff, no?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
So, question, Carlos. Question:
yeah,
could you
yeah.
see yourself living off the land and see hunting and gathering with the barter system?
All right, I'm growing up. I'm a person. I'm very interested in like or back then you have or they used to live like uncivilized men. They used to like they living without any form of technology and they were just going through life. I mean that was something that I've seen in movies. I read it in a lot of books. So I was always amazed by that, because I was like, who did they actually live in a world like that, knowing that they never have any access to certain things. But you know what? If I was living in those times, I could adjust because that's just the way of the world then. But if you should ask if I could see myself living in those times, no. I would like to think that it probably would be not so easy for me to do that because you see when you're cultured to living in a certain way where I am now cultured to spending money. Money is my means of exchange. That's what I use to do all my trades, whatever activities I'm doing, I use money to do it.
Right.
I've never grew up in a barter system. I only read about the barter system and through my own research, and that's exactly what it was like. So that's my only I would say experience or relationship with that. But like no, I could not necessarily see myself living like that. If I was living like that, I think that would probably like increase more stress in my life. So one of the worst thing to do, I think if you are living a life which is considered to be like a happy life or one which is fulfilling, and then after a while you retract to a life which is more like a nomadic kind of living, like you're living like they call it off the grid now, which I see a lot of people are doing, living off the grid. I think that could be a recipe for unhappiness because you've never lived that life before. You don't know what it's like to live without like probably AC. Well, but no, I know what it's like to live without AC. I'm growing up in Jamaica. I'm not on AC. My family I use that AC. So
Right.
Me could ask myself, go live back, because I have a fun. Every year living where I'm living now, I have a fun. I have a fun. Right now, it's probably still right now. I thought, I have fun around there. I go out there, some cool there. You know. So I mean, that's something I can relate to. But for me to just totally like give up like the way how I'm living, to living a different life, but which I'm not accustomed to. I think that would not be the easiest task for me to do, because it's like I'm giving up my happiness, I'm giving up my sanity. As a matter of fact, that's a recipe for insanity. So I could not see myself literally going back to that life. But I could explore it though, but I would not actually live that life like totally. Because the barter system though, if you ask me about the barter system that would probably be I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with the barter system, because I mean, if barter system is what we're using now, where we're no longer using money as a means of exchange, right? And as long as I am getting my business done and it's
Right.
working, right? I mean, it works for me, but not to just for me to give up like my actual limit to something that is it is unfamiliar. Just if I move back to like living a life like that, I would just basically be giving up the familiar for the unfamiliar. And I don't know if anybody on the live or in the comments there, I mean, they would want to do that, but I definitely would not want to do something like that. But I mean, but if it's the worst case scenario, don't get me wrong now, because I'm a kind of person. I just, if it's the worst case scenario and I have to do that, well, I would just have to adjust to the situation and live, because and find some way to seek happiness. But if it even means giving gratitude, I would have to do that just to live. But I mean, by doing that, I would just only be living. So I think a lot of times the people that are living after good, I might be wrong. I think they're not living. They're not living. I don't know if they're happy, because
You
the
don't
truth
know.
is they
Oh, you
should.
think they're just living?
I think
But
they're not living.
what's the relation though? Because if you think about it, and I mean, I guess that draws one of the questions that I had in line to ask you, right?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
do you think the people living off the land and sea generations ago were generally happier than modern day people? It begs the question, because I look at it this way: what you don't know, what you don't what you don't know won't kill you. So them not knowing about all this technology and stuff like that, they're not even anywhere close to thinking about that. So they find ways how to make themselves happy there. You know what I mean? And then thousands of years ago, and they have things that they use to make them happy, like they sing folk songs around the fireside, and they dance, and they sacrifice animals and eat, and they share together, and that's their
Why?
right, and that's their form of happiness. So I guess my question is, do you think those people were happier than modern day people?
I just wanna add to what you said, what you said. I'm gonna answer your question. I was watching it. I need to watch it. It's called God Must Be Crazy, right? And
I
while they're
love
living
that
on,
movie.
yeah,
Love that movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
in that movie, that the butler, which I remember was the evil thing, landed and in their community, and they were fighting for this so-called evil object, and it created so many harm to the point where they decided to throw this buckler off the face of the earth. So I agree with you. I mean, sometimes like if it's the only way that you know to live, bro, you're gonna accept it. Right? You're gonna accept it, because like that's what you know. You know.
Yeah.
But though, I mean, like the moment though, if you have been introduced to like a lifestyle which it is more provide more ease, provide to less to work less, and it provided to have more time with your family and everything. I think that any human being though, they're gonna choose the lifestyle which is more user friendly versus one which is like it is more like you have to do a lot of manual work and everything. So I mean the people that live back then, I mean they're probably accustomed to that kind of living, because I mean that's the life that they know. So I mean, and I don't know if they're necessarily happy with it. We think they were happy. Probably I'll have to do some research on that. We think they were happy. I mean, probably they were contented. Probably they were contented.
Yeah, but don't
Yeah,
you
yeah.
content? But I mean, when you really think about it, still, all right. Even a man, I want to put it this way: even a man will lock up in a prison for many, many years. Like, let's say a man will lock up in a prison for life. You know him never gonna get out of jail, ever a prison, right? Yes, he's not happy about that because he want the road, but at some point, he's like what you say, he's gonna be content with the situation that he's in and he's gonna make the best of it. And he's probably gonna have laughs every single day about different things and have different things to basically that to be the highlight of his day. And what's funny, a man can be in a prison and he's probably even happier than a man with their road we having freedom.
You know, I think I'm in prison still. Nowadays it seems like I'm on. It seems like I'm on a prison happier than I'm on the road. But you know, I think they're adjusting. You know? They're adjusting, you know, because at the end of the day, like they cannot. They have no choice but to stay in prison. They
Yeah.
have no choice but to stay in prison. Whatever activities are going on in there, whether they can have a smoke, they can drink. That's the only thing that they have access to. So I mean, like they already know what it's like to have fun and real happiness outside. And they're going to prison as like it's the first time that you are still going to prison as a new experience for them. So I mean, but in order to adapt to this new experience, as I said, you're going to do a romance. So, I mean, but me have a different thing. So we go to room now. We don't want everything, but there's some of our romance, you know. But anyway, when they go to prison, right? They have to do what the romance. So I mean, they necessarily will start adjusting to the way of life in prison. And by adjusting to the way of life, they will just know that, I mean, like, they get that ease in your mind and they're probably just working with the flow. But I don't know if it's, I mean, even though, because a lot of people can be laughing at this time. No people are laughing, but they're not happy, you know. And they might do their dancing and everything. And I'm telling you, for instance, I remember when you just got locked up, I think you saw a video come out and if you want to dance and people say, I like my people, everybody has said, go down in my dance and boom back up there and all these things. I mean, I don't know if he was, probably was happy though, you know. But I don't think like necessarily like if you go somewhere that you don't use to and you adjust, that means that you're happy. Adjusting is not really equivalent to happiness. In my life, that's just my opinion though. I mean, I disagree.
But all right, I'm just making that analogy because the caller earlier, Chins, he said sometimes he's on his job and he's like, boy, I don't feel like, you know what I mean, I'm just doing this because, you know, I gotta pay the bills, you know what I mean, at this point. But I'm not necessarily happy here in the sense of like, oh, I'm excited to just get up and do this, right? But he says he finds ways how to do things differently and little things that enjoyment throughout his day, right, to be the highlight of his day, so that he can feel that energy and that effort to get up and do it every single day, you know what I mean? So that's I think that's the analogy that I'm trying to make when I bring up the prison thing, you know what I mean? You try to find happiness in with, you know, with just the resources that you have or whatever you have available to you.
You know, it kind of interesting to bring up the whole work thing like that. Sometimes I don't even want to bring up work thing, but you know, like, I mean, like recently, I used to feel the same. You know, like, I mean, like, I'm doing a job, like, you know, it is just an little skill out. Accounting field, doing work every day, and thing. I mean, like, because I'm actually doing something new, I would say for almost 2 years now, you know. And a lot of times I say to myself, like, you know, I really don't think that I like this what I'm doing now, because I mean, I don't feel like I feel happy. I more feel like I want to leave the work, you know. No people will say, I mean, I love my job, I can't wait to go there. I've never had that feeling, you know. I don't know because I'm trying to pursue other things. Like, I always feel like I can't wait to go work and whatever time come and go in there, you know. You know, come like back in the days when I go to school, I just can't wait to hear lunch bell ring.
That iconic sound when the lunch bell ring, or that iconic sound when the school bell ring and you have to go home. My goodness, you know.
That is like freedom. You know? So I think, you know what, freedom. You know, I think a lot of times, you know, we are not. We don't have mental freedom, you know. I don't know if I'm crazy, you know, mental freedom from the things that we do on a daily basis, you know. Because, you know, if you go to work and you go home and you discuss with your wife about the work, you're not mentally free from the work that you're doing because you keep having that discussion. You know,
Yeah.
if all you talk about is work, that's necessarily that will affect your happiness in your home as well because you're not doing anything outside the scope of just talking about like your job or talking about what your boss I do or talking about what I employ here. Sometimes I find myself in them kind of reason I talk about work and I talk about boy somebody at work and them kind of talking a lot of times kind of it create like inner chaos, and
Mm.
you wonder why you keep doing what you do. So I mean I think that in general if we just have to just like other people have to just just do things outside of the box and do things outside of what we normally do on a daily basis. So to make our life more meaningful and more happy. And
So
I look at
Carlos,
it. Yes.
question. I don't know if you're a betting man. I personally am not really a betting man. But here or there, here or there, I'll throw a couple dollars on a bet. You never know, you might get lucky, right? Usually at work and stuff like that, you are if you're in a group with people, then when the Powerball is ready and stuff, people will group up and say, "Hey, do you want to put some money towards the Powerball?" And then you'll hear some people say, "Hey, if I get this amount of money, this is gonna solve all of my problems in my life right now. If I can only even get this a part of this money." So do you think there's a specific amount of money that can fix anyone's problems?
Very good question. Specific amount of money. So what I think it is relative to the individual, and the reason why I say this is because everyone at a point in time in their life they develop a certain figure that they think can let them be financially free or at a point in their life where they no longer have to worry. If you should ask me if their figure that they think about is correct, I cannot answer it because I think I mean probably a lot of times that someone think about a certain amount of money that they need, they're not thinking about probably the unforeseeable events that can transpire in their life that can deplete that money that they think that they need. So to get back to your question, I think some people, I mean, if you're very good in number and you have like you have like a budget that you use to track your life annually, and you know the amount of expense that you incur monthly, then you have an idea like what amount of money you will need in the event you should retire that can keep you going. You know?
Right.
I think, I mean, and that's only if you are like one of those financially savvy individuals who are always into setting budget and doing that. It's doable and that's possible. I believe this possible because I've seen it all the time. I've seen like that some people show up numbers and say like this is the amount of money that you could use to sustain your life. Because if you think about the amount of money that you've been earning throughout the years, if you're making, for example, like $20,000 a year, and after retirement, you probably see yourself living like about 20 years. You could probably do that number, that 20,000 by 20. That's a hypothetical number, by the way, because I don't know if
Right.
somebody can live on $20,000. And you multiply that number by 20 for the next 20 years that you're going to live. And then you say probably that could take care of my expense, and I could live off that. But then again, with the fact that we're facing inflation right now, and the dollar, the value of the money now, definitely going to be changed. It's not going to be the same amount in the next years to come.
Right.
So
Inflation.
if
Yeah.
we should, yeah, with inflation. So if anyone would sit down and say, all right, they're going to project the amount of money that they need. I mean, kudos at that. It can work to a point. Because I do that all the time. It can work to a point. But then again, we have to think about a lot of market factors that can come into play. The interest rates, the inflation, a lot of things that can affect the value of your money, the present value of the future value of your money. Sorry. So we have to take those into consideration. So I just think that really and truly, for anyone to think about the amount of money that they need, it's really relative to the individual. I don't want to show. It's relative to you, the individual, what amount of money that you think. If that number is correct, it's really up to you as well. I think we
Right.
all have to do a projection of our life.
So
Because
hold on.
our life, sorry, go ahead.
So with that said, it sound as if you're saying that there's a dollar amount that can fix everyone's problem or anyone's problem.
You know what?
Meaning that it doesn't have to be $1 amount. Like what you're saying that it's relative, depends on the person. So you're saying that depending on the person, there's a dollar amount for everyone that can fix all their problems. That's I'm just trying to clarify if you're saying yes, that is that you
I mean,
believe that.
you know what? I don't want to say all your problems, but you can fix some of their economic problems. Some of the economic problems. Because, of course, there are always going to be social problems. There are always going to be some people have mental issues are physiological. A lot of people have those issues as well. But you can fix some of your economic problems to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's only if we're living in a perfect world. You know? Living in a perfect world where there's nothing else gonna transpire. You know, so
Right.
that's what my answer to your question. That's why I think it's relative. It's relative to the individual because everybody has different needs, they have different wants. A lot of times people might give more focus on the things that they want versus what they need. So if you have a number in your that you project that this is what going to take care of my financials in the next years to come, but yet still you use that money to take care of the things that you want. Then tell you what, you eventually going to find yourself with no money to take care of the things that you eventually need. So
Right.
right there, you find that your math was totally off, and you're going to put yourself in the right eventually. So that's just I think about that.
Interesting. Interesting. All right. So Carlos, as always, my brother, you know what I mean? It's wonderful, wonderful conversation. I know you always have some conscious thing to say, you always have some food for thought, you know what I mean? And I see you were dropping some financial gems right there when you brought up, okay, well, if you think that money can fix all your problems, well, first of all, you got to think about, okay, well, what are your problems valued at, right? And how long do you need to survive throughout those problems? So you're gonna need a dollar sign. You're gonna think about inflation and all that before you think about that dollar that's gonna fix your economic problems, right?
Yeah.
Which is right. All right, cool. So Carlos, you don't know, give thanks, I wanna get another caller on here, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, as always, bro, thanks for the call and stay on the live and until it go through. We'll try to get Ali on, all right?
Thank you very much, sister, man. And to the listeners out there, thanks for listening and continue to support the movement. Sister is doing something very, very good. It's entertaining at times, it's educational, and there's a lot more topics that I think sister have in mind. And, just continue to be a part of the movement and support it. It only gets bigger from here. One love to all.
Blessings, blessings. All right, people, that was Carlos. Yeah, man, that was Carlos. Yeah, man, bless up yourself, Carlos. Thanks for calling, man. Every time, every time, every time, every time. All right, people. So we have another caller lined up. I'm gonna get them on right now. So hold tight, peeps. We ain't even gonna play no music. Let's get straight into it. All right.
Yep.
Hey, who that? Ali?
Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I.
Hey, people, make some noise for
Manners are
Ali.
respect, man. Manners are respect. Yes, man. Yes.
Wagwan.
They are taking the live, yeah, boy, and I listen, boy. Everybody make some very interesting points, boy.
Yeah, no,
Real, man.
definitely, definitely, definitely,
Loving it, man. Loving it, man. Manners are respect to everybody that's on here right now. All right, that
definitely.
who are listening. Yeah, man, for real, man.
Yeah, big up everybody on the chat. Yo, give yourselves a round of applause. Everybody on the
Yeah,
live right
man.
now, man, clapping yourself. One of the things, them Ali is like, one of the things that we've spoken off the record, right? One
Right.
of one of the things that we always speak about, myself and Carlos and the rest of the team is, it's good to give people like stuff that they can have a laugh about. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
But then
Yeah, man.
also it's equally as good to give them like topics where it's not really like a laughable topic. It's like
Yeah,
more of
man.
a introspective or philosophical topic that
That's
that
right.
they can leave the live and have something have some food for thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the
Yeah, man.
same
Yeah, man.
time, we kind of goofy a little bit, so we'd still do
Yeah,
little
man.
laughing and thing here or there. Watch no face, but
Yeah, man. Understand the levels, man.
it
Yeah, man.
it never too serious, but
I
it never too serious, but it never
yeah.
serious. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. Yeah, man.
But
Yeah,
he never
man.
not
For real,
serious.
man.
He never not
Yeah,
serious.
man.
You know what I mean? If you will.
All the levels, man. For real,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. So, yeah,
So,
man. For
how the
real,
Sunday
man.
evening I treat you?
Boy, we just there, I go on easy back, man. For real, man. Loving it today,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. For real.
How the weather? How the weather up there?
The weather moderate, yes. It's just nice and no, about 70 degree,
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
my type of weather. Yeah, man.
It's about to be. It's about to be. What the season? Autumn.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You know what I'm saying? It's get cooler and cooler,
Yeah, me see my wife start put out autumn decoration on bag of orange
Oh,
and things,
Lord.
so say
Oh, Lord.
Halloween
So-
time,
Yes. So then, still.
So, don't be surprised if you see me with a Halloween episode.
Hey, trust me, you're surprised when you talk about everything.
We see
man.
the first caller come out in a pirate suit.
Yeah, I know this. When pirate suit and thing. Captain Jack,
I tell you, old Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, yeah, man, for real, man.
Yeah, Jack. So tell me something, Ali. Tell me something.
Yeah, man.
You get a chance to read the script?
Yeah, man, may I read it? May I listen to catch a part of your slide. Your slide here, though, and thing, but what was it? I think it was money, luxury, and happiness, right? Yeah, man. And may I tell you something? This is something I think about a lot, especially as a business owner. You know what I mean? The mentality what me have as a business owner is that it's just very hard for me to say, may I get up on a clock and work for somebody. I prefer somebody work for me because I try to find my, more time for myself and family. That's why, you go open your business so people can work for you and so. So one of the things when I sit and look at me, I say, yo, what really make me happy? A different stuff can make me happy. There's so much different stuff that can make each of us happy all the time. So a lot of times you hear people say, money don't contribute to happiness, or let me say money is the source of all evil or something like that. Or money is evil.
For the love of money.
Money, yeah.
I think the Bible says something like that. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Evil. But boy, I don't know if I want to jump in at this, but I gotta say it same way. I don't believe that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because when we say money can mean so much different things. Money is not just physical, right? Money can be like, for example, gold. So I think anything that is like a valuable resources,
right,
can be considered as money. So to be honest, for me, I look for money to happiness as a build. Like for me, like my happiness is wanting a house, right? And in order for me to get that house, I have to probably build a house. But we need the bricks to build the house. And that's what money is.
right.
Your happiness, you see what I mean? So whatever happiness you have, money is going to play a valuable role because I believe that society integrates into the system. And this is a system where we have to follow regardless. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, money. When you come out to the luxury part now, of course we're going to need a luxury. Me don't love luxury. For example, me don't like Gucci. None of them stuff. Gucci, Fendi, all of them luxury stuff, I don't want them, I don't need them, I don't even look at them, right?
Right.
But when you look on what society, to have that status or that power in society, you have to demonstrate in your dressing, for example, your luxury. In your way you drive, you have to demonstrate, having a luxury vehicle, a big house. You see me answer because you try to push off that type of power.
Right.
That type of power that you hold in society. You see me answer. So I respect the fact that luxury probably have to play a part as well in society and probably in contributing to one's happiness, depending on what your happiness is. Now, when I talk like this, I talk in my sense, basically, of what I believe what happiness is and my goal to happiness. You know what I say? Yeah, man. But for sure, money, and this is my perspective, money play a valuable role into you gaining that happiness, whatever that happiness could be, or whatever happiness is.
Wow. So you're the first. I think you're the first caller
Yeah, man.
we say it so conclusively. Everybody kind of dance around it,
Yeah.
But me respect your honesty. And
Yes, man.
you
Yes,
did
man.
you didn't just say it. You kind of gave a background and a premise towards what you concluded to. Fear. All right. So is happiness a choice?
If happiness is a choice, of, yeah, happiness. I would say yes. Happiness is a choice because, again, for everyone, each of us, we have our own different thing that make us happy. You know what I mean? No, my thing is, for me, happiness can be me having a mansion. That can be my joy and my happiness. Right? Happiness for you can be you going on a vacation. That's your happiness. You see what I said? So, of course, we believe happiness is a choice.
Good point. Good
Yeah,
point.
man. Happiness can be anything. Like my wife, fear happiness is coming out. Our flowers, where she water every day and take care of her, happiness is coming out and seeing the flowers are blossom.
Yeah.
You see me? I say, oh, happiness can be so much different things. So it's a choice. Happiness definitely is a choice.
So it's okay. So
Hmm.
it's not something that's kind of like that it just dawned on you. It's something that you have to inherently want,
Yeah.
and choose what. Okay, this is gonna make me feel happy. It's like
All
a
right.
conscious decision.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to show you another point now. See? Happiness for you, vacation. Vacation, seeing, could be going to Puerto Rico, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to Puerto Rico, you're happy you're there and so. Now, next time, for you feel happier. You don't want to go to Puerto Rico again. You want to take it up a notch. Go to Bali. You even feel, you see me, that become a happiness again, this of you. You see me? Then you want to take it up a notch again. So happiness can mean so much different. And then when you
Yeah.
get to whatever will make you happy, you're going to want more happiness beyond that. That's why a millionaire or a poor person want to be rich. A rich person want to become a millionaire want to become a billionaire, and a billionaire want to exceed whatever he can to get even further. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, funny you
So,
say that, which is true.
yeah,
It's
man.
funny you say that because the other day I was
Mm.
talking to it was the same German guy. I think I brought this up
Yeah, man.
about the German guy, right? I was talking to this
Mm.
German guy, and we were on the topic of soccer, football, right?
Right,
And then one of the things that we ended up discussing was um, Messi's move to Inter Miami, right?
right.
Which big up Messi and Inter Miami, and I mean, them went from being the worst team in the league to now the best team in the league.
Oh, yep, yep.
um, but
Yeah, man.
anyways, not to stray too much. So
Right, right.
Messi's move to Inter Miami was basically for his happiness. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
Messi took a pay cut because
Right.
Inter Miami can't afford for pay Messi. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
Messi, right.
MLS is big, yes, but MLS is
Yeah,
not
man.
pulling the amount of seats compared to
The, the European.
the European leagues and stuff
Yeah,
like
man.
that, right? So he basically took a pay cut just so he can be with his family in this side of the world, and be happy, right? Now,
There you go. Mhm.
no, a lot of people are like, man, he still has a couple more years left in his career. He could have really just like really cashed in on whatever else they could pay him at PSG or any of the other
Yeah,
clubs over there in Europe, right? But
yeah.
when you really think about it, right? How much is Messi worth right now? Messi's worth maybe like half a billion, right? Or something there
Maybe
about,
more. Maybe more
or
than that.
maybe more, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
even if Messi, whatever Messi is worth right now,
yeah,
even if he doubles his wealth
yeah.
right now,
Mm.
he probably wouldn't have been any happier.
Exactly.
He wouldn't have
Yep.
been any happier because he's already gotten to that point of diminishing
Right.
returns, like
Uh,
the graph that I brought up earlier when I was
yeah.
showing you. When
For
you get
wealth
more
and
money,
happiness.
right? When you get
Uh-huh.
more wealth, you can see
Yeah,
happiness going up. But when it gets to that point, to when
yeah.
okay, well, you've basically capped out happiness. You know what I
Right.
mean,
Well,
as it relates to wealth. You know what I mean, because now you have done
right.
everything that you can think of. You've done the yachts, you've done the trips, you've done the million, multi-million mansions, you've done all of that stuff. Now, and that's why you see a lot of billionaires and millionaires, now they're trying to live in the moment. Sometimes you see them in some places where you're like, why are they even risking themselves to go in these places? Because they want to get that grasp back of reality, because they're out of touch with reality, and they're trying to
But
find happiness.
a little bit for differ again on
Go
that
ahead.
a little bit. All right. I'll tell you something. One of the things where, and me, we can talk about me and when me here, and especially when I listen to Elon Musk or, one of them multi-billionaire attack, one of them main thing them always talk about, the number one most important currency is time. You see me I say?
Yes,
So what
sir.
I think a lot, I think what I think a lot of these billionaires are, wealthy people do is they work, try to get to that goal, or try to get to, where they believe, say, all right, I reach here, so now, I can start up on cruise control and enjoy my time with my family, enjoy vacation, and do what stuff I never would have do. You see me? No, because I reach to this status, now I can do it. We can, we call it skydive. We can do all different types. Diving at the ocean to look at Titanic. You see me I say?
Yeah.
We can do all because guess what now? We achieve that current more, which is time.
Right.
You see me? And things so I put all the work in and now I get the time. You see me I say? So again, and this is a society thing. This is how society is designed. You see me I say? We need to make that money to or make, get to goals of success. You see me? And we need that money. We need money to build with up there.
I think you're saying that you need to get the money to succeed,
No, I never said that. No, but I don't know what you're talking about. No, why come back? I want to be successful in life. Come on now.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. But again, this is my point of view. Cause again, this is everybody's point of view, but I'm trying to take it from a different angle. Oh, if money can really make, money, luxury, and happiness, if that can really fall hand in hand. And again, to me, I believe that is that can be a factor depending on what your happiness is.
Right. Okay. Okay. I mean, when I look at it this way, like a man like Messi, he's just playing soccer because he loves the game, and that's why he could take himself down to like a lesser league, take lesser money, and stuff like that.
But me tell you, you talk about, I forgot that Messi we was talking about too, right? That is our happiness to see Messi in European teams. You see me I say?
Yeah.
I think Messi has been on this stage. It's like we eat curry goat every day. After a while, I get tired of curry goat.
Yeah.
You see me? Sometimes you want a piece of chicken back and dumpling. You see me I say? And that makes you happier than when you eat a curry goat. So guess what now? To me, we want to see Messi in a European league and on the big stage and so. To him already passed that, achieved everything under the sun when he come out to football. You see me I say? Now the man I say, all right, no investment time. This is money what I make. I'm a retirement money. You see me I say? Or whatever it is, or my family money or whatever it, and think me get time now with my family because guess what? I only can play one game a week or one game every 2 weeks. Sometimes I train every day like that again. You see me can rest my body and things. You see me I say? Things like that, they play a factor, and that's the same thing to say with Ronaldo. Why Ronaldo runs, I think that as well. The fact that they not be time now,
Yeah.
they can spend with family, them out of the limelight and all of them little stuff there, you know what I mean? Them things that make them happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also one of the things that athletes go through, a lot of them go through some mental stuff at the end of their career, because most of these athletes, right, like the ones that were actually a factor, that played their whole career and never had a point to where they couldn't get on a team and stuff like that. You gotta think, especially in basketball, these guys are playing basketball. Let's say what 6 6 to 9 months out of the year, something like that. I don't remember. Maybe about
Yeah,
9 months out of the year, right? And
yeah,
and then they get the summer off, right? But
yeah,
then the summer, they still can't just sit at home and get fat. They have to train. They have to
yeah,
keep their bodies in shape and stuff like that. So and they have to keep playing so that they can keep sharp. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because like LeBron and all of them Monday, but I feel like when it's summer league, summer start, LeBron them just
yeah.
just a chill and a vacation the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, they're doing all that stuff. They're still like a man like LeBron is still training hard. So
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to compete with people like that, you're gonna have to train, and that's how you can tell when the season start. The ones that will do well from the ones that will do so well, because the one that will do well usually always are train even in them off
Right.
season. Now here's the
Mm-hmm.
problem with that. Now
Mm-hmm.
these guys are so used to that schedule, for like their careers are like 15, 20 years. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then some of these guys, of course they've been doing it since school days. So when they're
Mm-hmm.
like 35, 40 years old and they retire, no, these guys are just trying to figure out how they're gonna live their life, because
Like,
they're so
mm-hmm.
used to that routine. You know what I mean? It's like
So,
no, they don't even know what to do, and sometimes it's like a mental thing. You find some of them end up get themselves in trouble and all kind of thing, because you know what I mean? They don't know what to do with themselves.
all right, man, I'll tell you one thing too. Yeah, man, fully agree with what you said. Man, I'll say something to you. You see, these guys, you see, once they decide to become an athlete or a pro, as them call them, as a pro athlete, you become a property now, right? You're not a person like, wait, in other words, you can't do what you want to do again. Because now you play for example, the Lakers. And then give a strict guideline where you have to follow to stay healthy and so you can keep on playing. And then make sure put stuff like that in their contract and, all these different stuff. You see me? I say, so when them are train for 6, 9 months, because that's their season, that's how long their season is. So when them go on vacation, them still have to do their train because they are property now. You see me? I say, because they have to train for next season. So when them people do that every day them have to do it, or every time them have to, in them lifespan, probably them 20 years of being a pro lifespan, them have to keep on doing that every single day. So they become programmed. And now
Right.
after when they retire now, what gonna happen is that they don't know how to really get in touch with reality.
Right.
Because they're so accustomed to being that pro that they are programmed to be. And that's why a pro, for you become, a real professional in a sport or so, majority of people don't become a professional at 30. You know what I mean? You start your professional career at probably about 15, 16. So you get developed. Well, for each stage of your pro life, you become developed, so you become programmed. So you have a program for train. Get up 6 o'clock, train, go to bed 7. Yeah, that's what all of them big pro they have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, I believe a program them just get programmed. So when them pro career done, or they retire, now they don't really know what to really do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Fear.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see well, based on how you
Mm-hmm.
answered the previous questions, I think I
Yeah,
know this answer already. But let me ask it, right?
yeah.
Could you see yourself living off the land and sea, hunting and gathering with the barter system?
Why not?
Really?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Never
Yeah, what you
expected that
said?
answer.
Me know. But yeah, listen, again, when you finish the bartending system, we're talking about exchange, right? So yeah, exchange like cow for cow and all of that.
Right, right.
That
Living
so
a
look,
hunting and gathering
right.
lifestyle.
So
No
so so
electricity,
so
no
listen.
water, running water.
Remember this: money is a valuable resources, right? And
Right.
what are resources in this case would be survival now. Isn't it? Everything we have to know we have to survive. So if, for example, I don't remember the question we asked that guy earlier. His name is Chin, I think.
Chin, yeah.
He asked me a question, and I don't, man, I wanted to
Mm.
say something about that question. But anyway, um, yeah, with the bartering system what we're talking about now is that back in that day, in those days, right? They view different things as valuable. A cow would be like having $1,000 right now. That's what a cow would be to them.
Right.
So that's a valuable resource to them. So that become their money. You see me? I say corn become their money.
Right.
You see me? I say, and so all of that now. Uh, why we could have like me for me? I can't see myself living in that system or that in those days because it's the same thing like no. Their way of thinking then is the same like no. The reason why we can't view it in their light is that because okay, for example, they never have knife, they probably have to use stone. For them things it's hard that they never have the knowledge what we have right now. But to them, they were knowledgeable on what they were doing back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, another thing too, where money, like gold and them stuff, if you talk about back in the Stone Age, where gold and them stuff, that wasn't valuable, but in their time, right, what was valuable was survival.
Right.
So, for example, once a group of people come together, that's a community or society. So everybody has their own responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So, watch this now. One man in the group, team responsibility is, say, for example, block the river. Because the river come down too much to the village. So, him and a few others, their responsibility is to do that. So, they know, so if it's for them survival and their family survival, they got to go out there all the time to go do that, right? For example, for block the river. But I don't know if that makes sense. But to me, it doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know if you follow along still.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, man. You see what I say? So, in their time, that's right there, that survival instinct, where them have to always, them probably never have nothing with them really exchange that was valuable, but in their community back that time, being surviving, everybody have a role, that would be like, I guess, their currency, and but probably I think both it too deep again, as me I say, but, But if I come to the bartering system of exchanging like items and different other resources, same thing. I don't know. I'm going to answer your question.
No, I get that part, but what I'm saying is,
Uh-huh.
you're talking about stripping yourself of electricity, running water, and stripping yourself of a combustion a motor vehicle. You know what I mean? The engine. The only thing I would say probably will leave you with a wheel. Let's say the wheel was already invented.
That's the most powerful. That's the powerful too.
And then you have a horse and buggy, right? And a donkey and or a mule or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Let's say taking it back to about the 17th century thereabout. Can you could you have lived in those times?
I would say yes. We still say yes, just because during that time we have to learn how to survive like them. During that time, you see me I say? We have to learn to survive like them. Learn how to, ride the mule or the horse with the carriage back. Yeah. No, sir. Grenade on that.
But
Yeah, man. But up, man. But yeah, during that time we have to adapt. And that's what we have to do, During that time, you have to definitely adapt to whatever system they will have, during that time. So, all of us would basically, would have to try and adapt and survive. So, the system back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
All right. So, do you think the people living off the land and sea generations ago were generally happier than modern day people?
Again, of course. The one that said generally happier, who didn't know that? It was hard for us to know if they would generally be happier, right? Because, remember, they wouldn't even know about technology. Just like how we don't know about what is, in the future for technology. You see what I said? So, for them, back in their days, in their time, the society they were living in, they would definitely be as happy as we are, as depending on what they call happiness again, they would definitely be just like us. No. We just I think about it just because we have all these gadgets and everything to our comfort and so accessible and easy, you know. So definitely back in the day then we'd have to definitely adapt to them. So yeah, I believe we could you know, adapt to their society or their culture.
So you're, are we happy or they happier?
We wouldn't know. I could even tell you that. That's the thing. I again depending on their society or community, you know,
You don't
it will
think
be very hard to tell.
you don't think they had less things to stress about? We're constantly
Listen,
creating new things to stress about. You don't think so?
listen. Let me tell you this. We have guns, right? We have so much different stuff, cameras, all different stuff, right? That we can use to see everything what we can see. Right? This is just an example, right? So if somebody come our house or try to attack, we have everything we can stop them. You see me I say? They in this time, they never really have nothing too much, so then they have to worry about lion, all different type of animals. People are coming to their tribes and all of that. You see me I say? So when we are free, where you are, you see me? If you look at it like that, yes, then probably I worry more than we in a survival sense. But if you look at a monetary sense, no. You see me? They would, I would believe they would be happier. You see me? In back in their days compared to now, because now we get on so much debt, all different type of factors we have.
Yeah.
When we indulge enough to make we more stressful.
Okay.
So, so
Interesting.
for the survival part, them definitely would have stress more than we. For the monetary part, our society now, stress way stressful more than them. And this is by, me assuming that that's how their society was.
All right. So, do you think there's a specific amount of money that can fix anyone's problem?
No, no, we're all greedy. Okay, remember that. Why is it a person who make $100 want to make $1,000? Why is it that person make $1,000 want to make 100,000? And then you make 100,000, you want to make 1,000,000. And when you make 1,000,000, you want to make 10 million. And then you lie to yourself and say, "Oh, I'm satisfied." When you know say you can go make 100 million, and then you build, you see me I say, so you reach to 100 billion, you still are gonna look for it and say, we can make 110 billion now. Boom, you want that. That's your goal. So we keep on, strive higher and higher for a goal. Just like a person living in a hut, right? And then move out of house, go in a studio. Then now you look and say, "Yo, I want a house now. Boom, you go and get a house. Then now you say, "I make money, you want a mansion." Boom, you gotta get a mansion. And then you start lying to yourself now and say, "Me did feel better after me day in our house." Yeah, you probably feel it, depending on whatever stress you out. But in all honesty, you don't want to be in a mansion or you want to go in a something bigger than a mansion, I guess, if you get the chance. So there's nothing that can make you happy, to be honest, than whatever goal we try to set for ourselves at all different stage of life.
But you know what's funny though?
Mhm.
Because I mean, originally people.
Mhm.
It's funny how like the more wealthy people get, things change because
Right.
originally when somebody gets wealthy, they want to get away from the city and live into a humongous place
Right.
and have everything to their comfort. But I think the
Right.
tides are
Right.
changing to where you see more people with, not everyone, but a lot more people that with wealth, they're trying to live in the cities. But here's the difference, right? They're trying
Mhm.
to live in cities, the modernized, gentrified cities
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
have there's not that much car driving anymore. It's more
Mhm.
like a lot of bicycle riding, walking, and then there's like the little corner stores that you can get anything you need within a few blocks.
Mm.
But they live in nice high rise buildings, or they live in nice townhouses,
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that. I see a lot of that now with more wealthy people are trying to live in that way, because they what happened is that they're trying to, the thing that they were trying to get away from, which is
Right.
human communication and interaction, right?
Right.
Because they think that it's a threat to them because they're rich.
Right.
No, they're trying to pull towards getting back to that. No, they're trying to communicate with people. They're trying to have a community around them now, but now they're trying to get a controlled community that they can trust.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause guess what? I would assume, and if you look, probably they probably data out there that a lot of rich people, for example, wealthy people, commit a lot of suicide. And look, they have all that money, right? And then probably commit suicide and stuff. So by what you just talked about, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
that's just a personal preference, isn't it? Because a lot of people, rich are people with money. When we say rich, we mean people who have the money that can afford, isn't it? They come to the realization that, for example, car smoke kill people, isn't
Yeah.
it? Contribute to thing like pollution. Isn't it? Noise as well. Noise, you have noise pollution that can contribute to brain damage, isn't it? I say, and stuff like that. So when them sit down and look at all of those factors, then probably I decided to, listen, let's go to our build a community where we cut out, or not even build a community, change all of, for example, a city where we cut out, strive to cut down on the cars that people own and now start going electric. Try to cut down off an engine, having engines in the cars and all, and yeah, and try to,
Right.
be more integrated, more in that society where there's no, I guess, pollution.
Because you find
And
that the quality of life is better that way.
and there you go. It's just like people that live in the country area right now. They're more healthier than the people that live in the city. You understand the
100%.
answer? Exactly. So
100%.
so guess what? These rich people don't want to live in the country area. They want the country area to come to them. So
Right.
they turn the city almost into that type of environment where there's no type of unnecessary pollution, basically, where
Right.
they believe they can live longer.
No, absolutely.
Hmm.
Ali, let me read some comments real quick.
Yeah,
Anika, big up yourself. It's better. She said, okay, great points, Carlos. Okay, that was an older comment. Big up Lana
yeah,
Smith. Now, I mean, that's my mom. I bless up. Yeah,
yeah,
man,
man.
bless up,
Big
mama.
up, mommy. Yeah, man.
First millennial entertainment, living a hunting and gathering lifestyle is not an easy task for anyone who have ever done it before. I think we like the idea of primitive lifestyle, but it would be
Mhm.
difficult for most to adjust. Yeah, yeah, no, definitely.
Ma-
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. It wouldn't
I,
be easy. I mean, there's a lot of people that try to that are living across. Excuse me, living off the grid. But when you think about it, they have technology to make their lives easy, because they literally have like camping gears with electricity. They have the water that they carry, or that they can filter water, and some of them even have all AC and all kind of thing, portable
yeah.
AC and all these things. So you know,
But but
which
but but that's not thing the lifestyle. That's not the lifestyle they used to live back in the days. You see me?
but
That
it's the
could.
best of both worlds. I don't blame them for it.
Yeah, but
It
but the thing is, why we are say this? As we say, we are looking it on in our society now. And we have all of these things to our that is accessible to us.
yeah,
You see me? I say, when you look upon their society back then, like the Mayan, for example, like the Mayans, right?
yeah,
When you look upon them, they had their own little gadgets what they used to do to that make their life quote unquote easier back then. You see me answer? So
yeah.
if we take away all of these stuff that we have right now, and you just view, life in their society, just view from their point of view now, they probably did have it easier compared to them grandparents. are for them ancestors. You see me I say? So that's why I tell you this. Say, just like maybe my kids are my kids' kids, them
Yeah.
probably sit down and say, man, they used to use a pot back then, and they could have used, you see me, something else. For example, how could we live in their life? You see me I
Yeah.
say? So again, once you take with all of that and view it at their perspective, they, probably to them it was easier because they adapt. Same, so that's what we're doing now. We're adapting. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. Interesting. Hey,
Yeah, man.
Ali,
Yes,
I
son.
have one last call before I
Yeah,
close it
man.
at 8.
We still are there, man.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, man.
this person, I've been trying to get him on for a while now. So,
Okay.
let's try
Yes,
to squeeze
man.
him on,
Oh,
but,
yeah, say, man.
you
Go
know,
on, yeah, we must say, man.
but up for the squeeze spot still, but, you know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, why? You know
Yeah,
what I
man.
mean? But don't worry, man. I'm going to get the grenade. You know, when they pull
Yeah,
the
yeah, man.
grenade
You
thing.
need that. Yes, man.
Yeah, that one is coming soon. That is coming soon.
Yeah,
But hey, Ali, I
yeah,
don't know
man.
energy.
Yeah, man. For real, man. I like, share, and subscribe, people. You see me? I
I
say,
can't say that
share this.
enough, man. All
Yeah,
right, yo.
man.
Thanks for calling in, bro.
Ah.
All right, bless up, bless up. All right, people, that was Ali. Yeah, man. Always a pleasure to hear from Ali. So in the meantime, we have one more call that we gotta get on here. So give me a second, guys. Let me get this caller ready. Marvin, ready up yourself. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You don't know. All right. Final caller, guys. Final caller. Marvin,
Okay.
make some nice, people. Marvin, make some nice. Wagwan, 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 cuz.
There, I'm there.
You gotta mute your background.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Wagwan at the evening, Sunday evening.
Yeah, that's how we the slave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Scene. Me see I take you in the live, man.
Yeah, man. I watch it, man.
What you have to say about the topic?
Well, money, money is a thing. It's like, don't matter how much money you get, it's like, you're not gonna happy. Because
Mm.
every time you see somebody with money, and always look on it and say, yo, I want more money. I want more money. And it's like, don't matter how much money you get, they're not happy.
Mm.
So sometimes, when you live the regular life, you're better off and we have more money.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so go ahead.
Cause even the famous boxer Tyson said he had all the money in the world, and he was more happy when he was in prison than when he's out making all that money.
Wow. Wow. That's funny because I actually brought up that point earlier about the guys that are in prison and then some of them that, they have more happiness than people when they are road, some of them.
Yeah, cause Tyson said the 5 years he was in prison, he was at his happiest because he was at peace.
Right.
And when he was out there, it was just chaos.
Yeah.
Because when you make money, say you're in industry, and you make money, yeah, as the caller said earlier, you're a slave to what were you making the money for? Because remember, you're making the money for you and the person who own you.
Mm. Yeah.
So you're basically like a slave.
Mm. Mm.
If go up there, so, or go up there, so, and take pictures. Oh, I need you to come to this event because we need to make this money. But in actuality, they will make the money off for you.
Mm.
Man, use it as a brand.
Mm.
So don't matter how much money you make, you're not really happy. Because if you are any famous person, you will have to do what the contract says to do.
Right.
You can't say, oh man, I go to Texas next week. Because them say, yo, I need you in New York City Tuesday and Wednesday, and you have plans to chill with your family Tuesday and Wednesday. And I say, yo, I need you after, and you have to come here, sir,
Mm.
because it's part of the contract. So
Yeah.
you basically able to the contract.
Yeah.
Then every time you go, like you're famous, everywhere you go, you gotta take pictures. You don't get your privacy. You don't get a peace of mind.
Mm.
Everybody watching you. Everybody's in your business. If you sneeze, you know, take picture of your sneeze. If your pan drop down, I'll take picture of your pan drop down. So everything you do, everybody will watch you. So it's like you can't do nothing wrong. You have to be Mr. Perfect.
Mm. And that's for the people that actually have notoriety and fame, right? That
Yeah.
particularly. Right, right. Yeah, no, definitely. That's something that you have to be prepared for. I think being famous requires a level of not giving a F, for lack of a better word. You have to have that about you because if you're too sensitive, then, it's not going to work. You're going to be like Kanye West. I walk up and down and lick up him head in the light post and everything there because because paparazzi are following, you know.
And sometimes it's annoying because you want to live your life. You want to live around your family. And every minute you try to have a family time with your family. Everybody there take picture of you and everybody run you down. It's like you don't really have privacy.
Yeah, no, that's so true.
So you really want to be famous and over money and don't have your privacy?
Are worse famous without a whole heap of money because there's a lot of famous people that don't have money too.
Like for example, one of our cousins, she's famous, and
Don't say no names.
no names. She's famous, and she's happy, yes. But sometimes, like I went to see her, sometimes she's not happy. She bought her new G wagon. She's happy. Then she's like, you know what? I don't want a G wagon no more. I want a plane. She got a plane, and when she got the plane, she thought that would make her happy. And she's like, no, I want something else. So no matter how much money you make, how much money you get, you're still not happy.
Yeah. It is
So
what it is, man.
happiness is what you make it, not how much money you make. Cause you could do a regular 9 to 5 and be happy, regular 9 to 5, then have a whole bunch of money.
Question. So do you think happiness is a choice?
Happiness is a choice. Cause you can make yourself happy because you have it's you who want to make yourself happy, right?
Mhm.
Do you know what to make yourself happy, right?
Okay.
Because really and truly, if you don't want to be happy, you have to forget everything. Just gonna sit on and smoke a weed and say, yo, I'm alright today and I'm going to weed and I'm good.
Right, right.
But if you don't want happy and you want to sit on there and say, yo, I'm going to pop today because I'm not making no money or I'm not do this or I'm not do that. It just, you know what I mean? You can't make things better yet.
Yeah.
Because in the idea, when you don't have nothing, you got still happy. And when you have something, you're still go happy.
Yeah.
Especially if you have God in your life, you're always happy.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. So based on what you're saying, I'm not sure how you're gonna answer this question. Somehow I think I know the answer already. But I'll still ask, right? Do you think there is a specific amount of money that can fix anyone's problems?
No.
Mm. Thought so. Thought so.
Because if you make $1 billion and you don't invest in it wisely, you can be broke.
Yeah.
Because I hear about people win the lottery Then 5 years down the line, they spend all their money buying big houses, big cars. Then 10 years later, they don't have nothing. They're on the road broke.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what you do with your money and how your mindset is with your money. Because you can make all the money you can, it's, and if you don't invest into the right things and know if you put your money down and know what you're buying and know how to invest your money in different properties or different stuff, you're not gonna happy because all you're doing is spend your money on buying big houses. Say you get $2 million, right? And you buy $1 million house. You have $1 million left. And every time you have to flush your toilet or get light and pool and all them things to fix, after a while, all that money gonna go away. And
Yeah.
now you need a next $1 million to keep up that lifestyle. And now you don't have the next $1 million. What you gonna do now? You gotta sell everything just to keep up a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense if you make money and you don't make investments.
Yeah. All right, cool, fine, fine. All right, last question I gotta ask you before we close out the live, because it's 8 o'clock now and we're going over time, right? Do people treat you differently based on what they think you're worth?
Yes,
Mm.
because when you're rich, people cheat people. Like for example, if you drive a Lada, right?
Mm-hmm.
A girl not gonna look upon you. If you buy a Lamborghini, a girl gonna say, "Okay, you drive a Lamborghini, I want to talk to him." So
Yeah.
people, you know what I mean? And there's like, for example, if you watch YouTube and watch some gold digger pranks, a man will walk past the girl and the girl no talk to him and say, "Oh no, she don't want to talk to him." But soon she turn around and see him driving a Lambo or a Range Rover. Oh no, she want to walk up. Hey, how you doing? This and that and this and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, then treat it different to see what you have.
No, for sure, for sure. Marvin, man, come on, man. Marvin, man, I'm impressed, man. I like your reasoning, you know. I like your reasoning, you know. You have good reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, Marvin, you don't know. We'll talk off the record, all right? I gotta close
Yeah,
this
man.
live out, all right, cuz?
I respect.
All right, bless up. Thanks for calling, man.
All right.
All right, cool. All right, give it up for Marvin. Yeah, man. All right, people. Well, we have got to that point of the live, you know, to where we're gonna close it out. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that is on the live right now, everyone that came on the live at some point, everyone that contributed to the chat, and everyone that called in, everyone that spoke. You know, thank you guys so very much. It's a pleasure getting up every Sunday doing this. I really enjoy it. It's, you know, one of my passions, to be honest. And I really like to talk to people and hear what they think about certain topics. And it's good to talk about topics that we can laugh about, as well as topics that we can you know, leave with some food for thought about, and you know, all of that thing, you know, all of that, you know. um, but you know, for now, until the next week, I'm just gonna say goodbye, and we'll have another interesting topic to go on, definitely for next week's live. You know, so thank you to everyone for showing up. You know what I mean? And I hope you come again. I hope you like, guys. Remember to like the live. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Remember to drop a comment. Even when the live is over, you can still drop a comment if you feel like, you know, you want to get something off your chest. Definitely do so. We encourage it. I read every single comment, so I'll definitely see it, and I'll sometimes reply. Sometimes I reply, you know, so definitely share it to someone that you think would be interested in this type of content. You know, my team and I, we put a lot of time into research to come up with topic ideas, as well as summarizing the topics and presenting it to you guys. We also put a lot of time into making sure the sound is right, you know, microphone wise and everything like that, audio input and everything, audio output, so that we can facilitate, you know, not only regular calls but video calls and stuff like that for interviews, as well as we can play videos. If I wanted to play a video off YouTube right now, I could, for you guys to see, or anywhere else. You know, there's a lot of things that I can do. You know, I could change screens and all kind of thing, you know. So, you know, thanks to everybody, you know, and we'll keep getting better and better with regard to the topics, the structure of the show, the calls, and the graphics and everything like that. And guys, the numbers are going up, so that tells us that, you know, we're all doing a good job here, because, you know, the views are increasing and the hours watched are increasing as well. But, you know, I'm not going to spend very long. It's 8:05 now. We're 5 minutes over time. So we're going to close out the live right now. So thank you, everyone, for joining. And we're going to close with this song right here. All right?
Wait for an opportunity to escape. I don't belong here. Oh, I've got plans to take me miles away. Oh, I'm gonna get it someday.
I got my own things, I'm a trampos. Me no need nothing from you. And if you hear something different, somebody must give you the wrong news. The Benz off the park side of the Land Cruise. Good body girl, welcome, thank you. You know, see me lifestyle impromptu. Me get my thing them brand new. Man keeping it real, I'm not just run my mouth. Well, militant can't take me for no Boy Scout. I'ma try through life, I'ma keep on the money route. Knowledge what them a talk about. Yo, me have to rich forever and ever and ever. Tell them I prefer rich forever and ever and ever. Search for better, rich forever and ever and ever. Go for the cheddar, rich forever and ever and ever, ever and ever. Enough man born poor and them die poor. Unsure what them I live them life for. Me can't see myself forever in a corner store. Me see myself at tour relaxing on Bahamas shore. Paying for every clothes that my mama wore. Right now me guaranteed to be a guarantor. Full time and start think like entrepreneur. Move up to the top and level the score. Man keeping it real, I'm not just run my mouth. Well, militant can't take me for no Boy Scout. I'ma try through life, I'ma keep on the money route. Knowledge what them a talk about. Yo, man, I feel rich forever.